far as I can tell, what are these D4s for?
What
I don't remember.
D4s?
Why not? Oh, it's for who would have rolled the highest item if we had.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And we decided the Chris rules from now on for the item level.
What was the D100 for? Anyone? I'm sure it was
To
nothing.
test if I would get the next roll. But we rolled D100 to see if we would get to a D4 remember, originally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes
It
sense.
all
Okay.
makes sense. It all makes
So you've rested in this hex, and it is time to continue traveling.
Dude, yeah, we're just on the traveling montage. We're almost a god soldier.
I officially do have Forager now, so
Whoa, never
Yeah.
need my. But I bought so many weeks of rations.
I know.
Oh, well.
But I can sell them.
Poor when we got to the plane of hell, you know, like.
Mm,
Subsistent hell. Yep.
can't wait. Dude, there's a
I
feed
can
for
do
that.
that.
Like,
I know. Yeah, so I just
Right.
got the basic one because there wasn't another
So
one that
yes.
like seemed really useful yet for me.
So we're still the traveling the god soldier, right? Yeah,
Just travel on. Cool. Okay.
I believe so.
Take us away, Josh. We'll need a survival check to navigate into the next hex. That is a successful survival check to navigate into the next hex. And
Yeah,
as we
well,
travel
yeah.
through planes, party encounters, of course, nothing at all.
But I'm serious.
Haven't even.
You don't?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
well,
Now there is.
Real slow today.
Spoilers.
Alright.
And, of course, the party being so fast and speedy, that's only the half of the day's traveling. You travel into the next hex.
There we go.
Well, that's easy peasy. Which way are we going, by the way? Because, like, obviously, hex max is, like...
I think northwest.
I saw weird shapes in the forest, so I didn't want to go too close. I think
That's
we go.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
right?
northwest. Yeah.
I appreciate this. Nothing at all.
Okay.
Let's
Night
go.
checks.
Oh yeah. So I am scouting around.
Scooting around.
Oh, Leon, what happened, friend?
You know, it's gotta warm up that
So still-
religion.
Okay. So Leon's just, you know, praying and feeling the general religious vibe, and
Nerd.
nothing seems to be biting. Yeah, Beck, you have a look around the general area. You find you go like a short ways west of the camp, and you find. Give me. You definitely find something. Like to interpret it, give me a survival check as well.
Sure. I'm trained in that.
And some
Let's
tracks.
go. Trained, but not very good today.
Yeah, you find a wide set of, like I said, wide, like basically a lot of tracks. It looks like a stampede of, you're guessing horses, some sort of animals with hooves. Came through this area in like the last couple of days. It could have been like a cavalry, or it could have just been like wild horses. You don't really pull enough from that. You can't tell if they were like horseshoes or stuff. The ground's all churned up, but like it's an area like sort of 20 or 25 feet wide. So like
out of interest,
more than a dozen.
are wild horses like a thing? Like
yeah, they're not like that common. But they do. There are like there are wild horse herds that exist out here in the sort of like in the larger sort of pockets of plainslands. Like you'd be less likely to sort of find them like in the inner provinces where there's like more farming and less plains.
Or like immediately return to camp or anything, but like after I finish my scouting area, how long that takes me. When I get back, I will like go up to Bormok and be like, Bormok, I figured maybe I should tell you not too from here. To the west, there's I don't know what. I think a large pack of horses rode through or something, but I'm not very good at reading tracks, so and it seemed a bit weird to me there'd be so many out here. So if you want to take a look, if you're not busy, then maybe it'd be worth making sure it's nothing too recent or too dangerous.
I look at the stealthing that I've done.
Yeah, you've like Bromok's just finished like getting the camp like properly camouflaged, arranging to leave.
I don't know how I even found my way back.
You just looked for where there most obviously wasn't a camp, and that's where it was.
And I smelled the food. That's how I got back.
Exactly. Yeah.
It smelled so good.
Because it smells real good tonight.
That's not good tonight. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so like at this point, the stealth thing is the camouflage is finished, the food is cooked, so you guys sit down, eat the food, and then after dinner, do you want to like wander back over with Bromok and show him where? Sure.
Just lead the way back and be like, there it is.
Yeah. Okay, Bromok, you give me a survival check.
Yeah, and I believe so. If I see the tracks, I can technically hunt prey them,
Yeah, exactly.
which
You
gives
can.
me a benefit of some kind, right?
It gives you, I think, a bonus on the survival.
2 on
Yeah, let me
survival,
double
I think?
check.
Or it might only be to track them. It might not just generally be to like this is.
Figure out what it
True,
is.
true. Okay, yeah, to try to figure out what
I
it is.
guess if you then following it later would be another survival to
Yeah,
track.
it makes sense. Okay. Yeah, you look more closely, and okay. So firstly, you can determine that the hooves were indeed not shod, not horse. Is that the term for shoes that have horseshoes on?
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
not shod,
Something like that.
unshod, wild horse, essentially, or wild, hooved animal. And looking closer, you realize something kind of weird. Well, not necessarily weird, but something stands out. Is that all of the tracks seem to be not just like close, but as you measure, like exactly the same size. Like every animal that came through here was completely identical. There were no like foals or like larger ones or anything. Like looks like at least a couple of dozen animals came through here within the last couple of days. And yeah, like every hoof print is exactly the same size.
Question, Chris. This is Earth also completely scorched?
It is not, in fact. It's a very nice.
I honestly, even with my 10 survival, I would have seen they were fire. There was fire here at
Maybe,
some
I just
point.
want to confirm. You know?
He just got like really tracked. He's like, look, there's horses, and he's like,
Something like
there's actual fire going on the side. Doesn't
Like
even
a
notice.
fire horse in the distance.
What are you saying, bro?
I mean, definitely look like wild horses, but strangely, I mean, they all look like the same exact size of print.
Kind of frown a bit.
I don't know what that means, but
Shrug.
I would hazard a guess that's not.
Doesn't sound natural. Oh well, I guess we could keep our eyes open.
So am I very confident they are specifically horses though?
80% confident.
80%.
Something like
Okay.
if it was like a zebra or like a unicorn or like like these things wouldn't necessarily surprise you, but it's probably
It's a four-legged quadruped with hooves.
yeah, relatively similar to
full
horse.
leg
Well,
quadruped.
it's probably not.
Quadruped.
It's probably
Yeah.
not like. Pretty sure it's not a herd of cows, and stuff.
Right. Okay.
Oh, food.
And that it is a good
It's
question. Like
something equine, basically.
for sure, hoof, like quadruped.
Yeah, for sure, quadruped.
Okay.
And equine.
And so like I mean, it assumes it looks like they're walking, not like sprinting, right? So like
they
the
were
gait.
coming through here at a fair clip. They were
Okay.
it was a full gallop, but like it was
Right.
a canter at the very least. Like
Okay.
they were,
And the distance between like the stride looks correct for horse type.
Yeah, like a
animals.
typical adult horse is,
Gotcha. Okay.
like a medium creature, and it's a yeah.
Best I can tell, they're definitely horses. But which way were they traveling?
Southwards.
Okay, from the north south, but to our west. So kind of towards. Would I say it's towards this Farthenkeith? Or
Farthenkeith? Yeah, you got a good idea where that was. You've like at points in the day when you reach higher elevation, you could see it even from like a couple of dozen miles away. Like not necessarily, not directly, not a beeline, but in that sort of general direction. It's like within a 30-degree cone or whatever. You know.
Definitely looks like they're heading towards the Farthenkeith. South.
Big group of riders then?
I don't know. Again, I would have imagined they would have, done something like they would have put what are the fucking horseshoes like it.
Yeah.
Actually shod the horses. These appear to be more wild horses, but all heading in a very similar direction, speed. And that's the only thing south that I can think of.
Maybe some devils have hoofed legs.
It's possible. Like, could it possibly be like
I know
centaurs?
that. Chris, devil lore.
Yeah, centaur certainly within the possible realm of possibility. As far as you're aware, well, I guess roll devil lore. Let's see how your devil lore treats you, Zoms.
I'll give it a try as well, just because I mean,
I have it for a reason now. Can I roll it sometimes?
I probably should have run a GM, but oops.
You both should, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. My bad.
Yeah,
Bipedal,
just
right?
specifically on this question, I'm trying to think like what I could give on a theoretically be a critical success. Although I guess it's not really a critical success because no DC. It's just how far up the chain of devils do you go with your knowledge. To like neither of your knowledge is there a quadruped hooved devil.
Okay.
It doesn't, like, there's
That's
no
nice, I
devil
guess.
that you could think of that this could have been. I'm
You
just
think
gonna
they're
double check bestiary
out of the ordinary enough to warrant following?
I mean,
do
they're
we just-
certainly out of the ordinary. I couldn't comment on whether or not they were following.
Right.
Yeah,
That's Bromach
right.
asking the party.
Sure. So just for example, Barbazoos, bearded devils, one of the more common like foot soldiers. They are, they're sort of lower, goat half lower. Ice devils, they are four-legged, but they have like more sort of talons. Let me just confirm in the second one. 3-2. See. Why are these? There we go. Yeah, any of these? No, it's like a weird insect thing. No. Yeah, another hooves devil, but that's like the wrong kind of hooves. That's more like sort of elk hooves, I think. So yeah, no, you guys don't know of any quadrupedal devils with hooves.
When you say like is worth following, I kind of shrug and I'm like, I don't know. If we're not sure, it doesn't seem like it's really worth our time.
Maybe it is worth extra time, But yeah, no, I see a point. Probably not that worth. Could be anything. Could be anything,
Could be.
Any kind of weird creature
Could even be a
or a
bot.
group of creatures.
Well, maybe we can get a good night's rest, and if in the morning, better light, we see something different, we can still pursue it in the morning.
Yeah, sure. Sounds about as much as we're gonna get, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. So we don't follow it immediately or anything.
When you guys get back to camp, Leon's finished the rest of the pot of food.
Himself, just like the whole
It's
thing.
like he's on his
It's
fourth
also
bowl right now.
He's got +4 on saving throws tomorrow.
Oh, I see. This is why I did it.
Might be worth.
Man, it's true. Like we were both right in about Leon being the one who's probably the devil for the unit of the party.
Yeah, you look at Leon's feet and realize he has 4 of them and they have hooves. Like,
What?
What?
That just reminded me of that pretend the bear.
it's a Barrington deception.
Yes.
Mr. Barrington. Sir Barrington.
Oh God.
It's a Barrington, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, so good. All right, so I think we head to bed.
Cool.
But we all do get +1 to saves, right? Next
You
day.
do get +1 to saves, correct?
Woohoo!
Wow. Okie dokie.
Okay, boys. +1 saves.
Okay.
So while you're rolling that,
I have
side note:
frames.
Microsoft Flight Sim 20, the new one, looks so fucking good.
2020.
Yeah, the newest one.
I've never really even. I like literally just the other day. Someone asked me for advice, like, what gaming laptop should I get if I want to play Flight Sim 2020? I was like,
Yeah.
I'd have to look up. I had no idea. I'd look up the minimum
Yeah,
specs.
exactly.
I don't know what that's fucking.
No, but it's basically like 1-to-1 world.
That's
So
pretty
like,
cool.
so
That's-
JP
that's
was playing earlier. Like, he like flew around the Burj in Dubai, and then he just flew
Yeah.
under the San Francisco, like the Bay Bridge and the Golden State Bridge, and
Cool.
it's
like, and actually
crazy
constructed as
good.
well. You see, that's one of the things for no particular reason other than maybe testing intercontinental ballistic missiles. But one of the things I really want in Kerbal Space Program is a proper 1-to-1 world recreation. Because you
Yeah.
can get it in terms of continents, but the cities are just like no one's bothered to like.
Yeah.
Because why would you? Right? The whole game's about going up into fucking space
Exactly.
and landing on Mars and stuff. But like if Kerbal Space Program had like accurate cities, I'd be good fun.
Yeah, it's super
Making
cool.
Minuteman 3s for days. Anyway.
Yes. So
Anyway,
next morning.
Pass the night. And yeah, next morning I assume you keep traveling. Is it a northwesty kind of day again?
So we're technically heading to God's Hold, right?
Yes.
We can head north then.
Yeah, you
Right?
can head either way. Like Hex maps is going to be the same number of movements, however you zigzag, as long as
Yeah.
you keep going up. And
Do you
left.
like the letters
Okay,
U and R or C and H
Yeah,
more?
it's a good question.
Because that's what we're heading towards. I like having the entirety basically of C and H, so north is where I'm leading.
Sure, you the boss.
It's your choice. Just the survival. Yeah, all good, all good. And as you travel on the first part of the day, you encounter nothing
The C and
at
the
all.
H. Oh.
Well, actually, I say nothing.
Yeah,
at all.
are these
Nothing
like
at all-
mountains?
Nothing at all random.
Yeah.
But as you guys
Ooh.
are coming through a lightly forested patch, looking for somewhere to settle down nice for lunch, suddenly you hear a let's call it a cry of panic or perhaps despair, a humanoid cry. Come from the trees, actually just off the road to your right. Like there's a couple of trees and stuff in the way, but and then you sort of turn and you see, and you kind of make out there's a small clearing there. And it's immediately clear that something dodgy is going on, and we shall determine how dodgy you know what is going on by the perception rolls you make for this initiative check.
Dodgy.
So real quickly before everyone begins, because I now have this thing, and technically, So
It's not really looks very
What have you got?
Just saying.
So again,
Oh, Scout's warning.
Scout's warning. You're blah blah blah. Depending on where you just to course out. Retro perception, perception or survival check for initiative. Free action ranger. Blah blah blah. Granting each of them a. Yeah, I mean this seems perfectly applicable in a situation. So what is just like as a free action, everyone just gets
Bandits.
+2 on their perception initiative.
Yep, as
Not
long
bad.
as we're rolling it for again perception or survival for initiative, I get to do this,
Oh wow,
which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, perception is
That's
what they got most of the
really
time. so-
fucking
Real
good.
nice.
And it's
Alright.
+2 because I took the scout. What is it called? The
Oh, this
dedication.
stuff.
The scout's dedication gives me that. It's normally for the ranger level, 4 feet is a +1 only. So
Oh, we're so close to each other.
This definitely looks like a us and them situation.
What about?
Oh,
what
damn,
if
I
it's
didn't select
them
the
than
token.
us? That'd be scary.
Oh,
Oh god!
no!
Oh god!
what,
What's happening?
What is happening?
No!
Okay.
I don't know what you guys are freaking out about. Oh
I said
god!
it's gonna be an us and them situation.
And then they rolled a 24 to 26
Yeah.
immediately. Could you add me to the? I guess I get us roll again.
Nah, I got you.
But like, we're really stealthy in these horses, right? So they haven't noticed it yet.
The ones that roll perception for 26 and 24, they probably noticed you with that perception.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's
You
really
think-
neat how they just like
Hey, man, what do you mean? Why
set
would
that
they
up
notice
in that
us?
way. Okay, give it a bit of a. Wow, tense. This tense. Man.
Music changed.
So don't forget to add the +2, guys.
Yeah, I did it.
Already done.
Leon still
Oh, yeah.
hasn't.
If you haven't,
I
+2
did.
yourself.
No, because you rolled a 23.
Yeah, and I included it in the roll.
Oh, okay. I assumed you were just going to roll and
You
then add it
sure?
manually.
That's
You normally only have a +6.
Yeah.
You normally have a +6. What? You're so dumb.
Yeah.
Low
So why?
dex.
I have
Like,
no
shut up!
wisdom.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was right.
I'm the
It's
same.
wisdom based in this thing.
It's correct. He doesn't. Can confirm.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. So from the south, you guys. I mean, like, obviously on the map, you guys can see clearly from a bird's eye view what's happening through the trees and stuff. It's like slightly less clear to you. But yeah, you hear a gruff voice call out, "You fat lot of good they did you. Now just be handing it over nice and slow." And yeah, you guys, see a figure moving around. A couple of other figures. Actually, I should fucking roll initiative for these two as well, shouldn't I? Because they did actually.
Because I'm never actually on my horse, remember? Just in front of it.
Just never actually.
That'll be me pretty soon, too.
Are you question back? While you're traveling, is the sword out or in the bag?
Out.
Let me give should be fair with these people. There's a chance they will go at some point. Oh, hey, that's not even bad. Okay. Yeah, and there's movement. You hear what sounds like an intimidate check happening, and possibly some other kind of action. But yeah, you guys can't really make it out fully. Yeah, and then another voice. Here, who's this coming? And you guys see one figure stride slightly more in your direction, with a sling at the ready, apparently.
Wow.
Just like lazily, kind of as he kind of comes over to see who's coming along the road, just sort of spinning it by his side, readied with it. Beck.
He's ready.
I'm not very happy about this man. He looks kind of like a man I don't appreciate, you know what I mean? It wasn't that long ago I used to be a town guard, and you had to deal with this with faff all the time. I dismount, blow an attitude, and be like, oh, I can dismount here, right?
Yep.
As I dismount, does he like say anything? Like, the trees, we can quite easily see each other at this point, right?
Yeah, well, no, he's left the question. He's like, who's this we got here? But he kind of leaves that open. He's sort of standing there with a kind of threatening leer, you could say.
Okay. I,
Wait, Leon.
kind of, like re-grip my sword, just like,
probably at full health, right?
Oh yeah.
Given the Knight's Rest.
Yeah.
Hands.
I re-grip my greatsword with both hands, You gotta defend myself, it's like, and then I stride forward. One action. Yeah, I stride forward to, I just like walk up to him through the trees.
Okay, like with your sword out and like.
Yeah,
okay,
but not like
yeah.
raised, just like kind of like at the ground, just like kind of like the way he's got his sling, where like just a bit.
He's pulling it behind him like Tryndamere does.
Well, the way he's got a sling, it sounds like he had it ready.
He's got a sling pretty ready.
Exactly.
And, like,
yeah, definitely. Like if he wants to attack me, if I walk forward.
Yeah, like as you like come forwards with the sword, he's like, "Oh, we got company, boys." And
what's going on here?
I just can't wait for this guy to fucking David and Goliath you. Oh, never mind.
Does not hit. But Chris, if he does it when I get to this space, I'm pretty sure that's a manipulate action. And
he doesn't do it when you get
there. Well, then why am I here, Chris, before you tell me he did it?
Started in one square and then finished in the square.
No, I don't know about that. Alright, but no, that does not hit me.
Yeah.
I kind of like,
you just like put an arm up and just like the stone just like bounces off your wrist, just just like stings a bit. And you just give like a look like, oh, you fucked that up.
Yeah, like, oh man, should have ran, bitch.
Is that 3 actions?
Dismount, move, and then ready the sword.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I got you. Zombs.
Dismount.
Good time. Leon.
25. Shut up. I was doing the counting. And then I will throw a bomb. Absolutely nobody.
Throwing bombs on him.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is another strategy.
It's kind of his thing, like,
Look, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's just try out one of the new bombs, shall we? I'm gonna throw it at this guy as I've this fucker here. So nice little 30 feet, and let's go. Bam! 22!
22. At which one?
Okay, I can't write it back. The one in the middle of this guy.
Okay, that's a hit.
Only splashes only on him.
Only on him. Okay. 7 and 4 splash, so 11.
Plus 24%
Shut up.
Vaporeon damage.
Shut up! I can't write. I learned it. Already fixed. Next time it's gonna be better.
Very strong
Okay.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, like a noxious, you like hit him right in the face, and like a noxious cloud kind of envelops him.
Versus damage. Turn. Okay. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, Leon.
I don't have the greatest vision of the situation, but the one who did the talking was this guy, right?
Yeah, well, the one who was doing
Yeah,
the
it was
thing,
like doing the intimidating stuff. Yeah, okay. I'll just like ride. Can I make it with my horse like here? If I just, or can I not stride through these trees?
Oh, you can stride through those. That's more than enough for your horse to just kind of like muscle through.
Okay, come on, Bob. I'll stride there. I'll like grip my spear, I guess. And I'll yell out to this one. Make everyone drop their arms before what?
I just like kind of raised my sword, like, yeah.
Before more blood is spilled. And I guess I'll try and intimidate him.
Okay.
With
That is a critical success. He is well and truly intimidated.
frighten number 2. And that is my turn.
Okay. A woman who you seem to be coming to the rescue of. She looks pregnant now that actually you're this close.
You wouldn't dare.
I didn't actually assign him to the. I assume it's at 25. Yeah, takes advantage of the distraction to. She takes a step this way and then like sees zombies and then like goes this way instead. I should take a second.
Terrifying zombie.
Hey, what is this?
And yeah, like basically, loads his sling, whips off. Are you within 50 feet of him? Yeah, you are. Whips off a cracker at you.
Okay, I'm back.
Leon.
Oh,
He's back. Okay, so this one here is trying to. He loads his sling, whips off
50
a.
foot. Man, that's crazy.
Oh no, actually, I just seen what he's got something. He calls out. Nah, I reckon it's you that should get out of here. We're gonna cut you a new one. And you got him. Actually, I guess he makes the intimidation check against your wisdom DC. Ooh, he's pretty intimidating.
Ooh,
I
it
think
might
that's
be a
probably
crit.
higher than your wisdom DC. Crit?
What is
No
a
way.
wisdom DC?
10 plus wisdom save. Or not wisdom save. Will save.
Oh, will
rather.
save. Okay, so I managed
Yeah, yeah.
18, so I'm not quite. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, but you are intimidated.
Okay.
Frightened rather. Frightened
Oh
one.
wait, by the way,
Oh wait.
frightened. By the way, on the frightened condition decreases AC, right?
Yes, correct. I
So-
counted for it, sadly.
So 17
Wait,
still
I
not a
thought, I
hit.
thought Leon frightened
17.
the other guy. I thought Leon frightened this guy.
Yeah, or frightened the leader, or the one who
Yeah.
said was like.
my bad.
Oh,
Might be. Well,
that makes more sense.
anyway.
Doesn't change
Yeah.
anything, right? Yeah.
Nah, it doesn't
No.
change anything.
So I'm actually not frightened at all.
Wait, you're not? Why?
The
Oh,
aura of
so
courage.
brave!
Incredible. But then he whips off his shot at you anyway.
Okay.
How are we doing with the 19?
That doesn't hit. Even with
Doesn't
my shields.
hit. Yeah, like bounces off your armor.
To stones. You got me throwing stones. You ever play Bannerlord? What happens when the 4 cavalry show up against like the 50 peasants?
Do.
Never
This
played that.
one also loads his sling and calls out to you back. Says, "Yeah, beat it."
This is our time, Scrub.
And what am I doing? Of course, I roll intimidation again. I'm assuming that's not intimidating to you.
No.
No. But he whips it off anyway.
No.
Not the
Wham!
time.
Okay, that one hits him. Ugh.
Right
What a guy.
I'm kind of grunt in annoyance.
You don't.
Bastard.
Okay.
Yeah, I give him a look. Which one was it, Chris? Marking for death for me, please.
Twas
This guy, huh? I mean, no, it's this one. 15,
Right.
right?
15, yeah.
No, that's the one that was the one that tried to intimidate Leon.
Oh, okay.
13 is the one that tried to
Okay.
intimidate you.
Oh,
Oh,
so
it's
the
on
turn
this
has
side.
ended now. Okay.
Yeah, he's just over. This guy strides away.
Steps away.
Nah, he strides away confidently, or untrained, you don't know. But fortunately for him, luck is on his side.
Oh.
He finds himself next to zombies. He
Lucky.
casts about, picks up a rock,
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
and throws it at this guy.
Bit of their own medicine, I
The
see.
fighting guy, he's -2 AC.
Oh, but it's like a 10-foot range increment? Yes, I didn't realize. Whatever, he wanted to get as far away as he could. So, technically, okay, so it's -4.
I mean, if he crits,
Yeah, give us-
Yeah.
he's very angry.
He might be really good.
Nope.
Hmm.
Okay,
Guess
he
he's a
goes-
commoner,
he goes
maybe not.
wildly wide. Goes
Wildly wide? No, not wildly wide.
But yeah, that's his turn. This one. Is going to. This one draws a hatchet, an axe from his from his belt. Strides up to here, and also says, you know,
Yeah, beat it,
more of us
Scrubs.
than there are of you. I get lost if I knew what was good for me.
Oh man, these guys are
Give us
looking.
a second.
And he's
Look at
looking
him
at you,
sadly.
Beck.
Not for long, I'm
Look at him
afraid.
sadly.
Looking at you, Beck.
I just like stare him down, just like. I know naturally it's my turn, but you can already see me start to get a little bit bigger, you know, with anticipation.
Okay, this one.
By the way,
is
these
frightened.
these guys that are dead, how on a quick glance, like, is it clear how they died? Like, are they in a pool of blood?
Yes.
They try to fight back, and
They look like. Yeah, actually, these two look distinct from the two running away. The pregnant woman and the guy look very. They're like very plainly dressed. Neither of them are armed or armored in any way. These two look like they were at least. They're both wearing armor. They both had like. This one had potions and stuff. Like this one had a mace and a shield. It looks like they were like to some degree prepared for battle, but not prepared enough.
Okay.
And yeah, they've been like pelted down by slings and hacked down with hatchets.
Fucking recast.
Feels bad, Bandit. They apparently didn't get off a single lick of damage on any of the bandits.
It's very...
We're
Well, how does
surprised.
this calculate what the fight's worth then, you know?
yeah, exactly. Take off 2 XP cause
This one who does have his hatchet out already. Oi, you little... rushes towards you, Zoms, saying, I'm gonna gut you! And he intimidates you. Ooh, it's pretty intimidating.
Damn
Is that above your will DC?
It is.
It is. Okay, you are frightened 1.
Ay.
man, it's
As
such a
he
scary
rushes
fight.
towards you.
Wait for me.
And because you are frightened 1, and he has the Dread Stalker ability,
Oh,
your AC is crazy low against this attack.
Dread-
There's also
Dread
at a -2 because
Dread Striker, Chris, not Stalker. Low. He's got
you
average.
right.
Yeah.
You right. You stalked
go.
Dreadly,
Hope
and
someone
swings.
fires that
It's
one.
also at a -2 though because it was frightened. So we have to compare this to your adjusted AC. I'm pretty sure that hits even so 21. It's just a hit, I assume. But
Yeah,
your
yeah.
hit is not as low as 11. So.
11! Oh, God.
I mean, he's pretty. It's flat-footed and frightened 1. You know, you got things to consider.
Yeah, but it's also
no.
Pathfinder 2E.
Yeah, that's true. He runs up with a hatchet and whacks you for 10.
Ow.
And
Ow.
at the end of his turn, we reduce his frightened condition by 1, and he also takes the persistent poison.
Ooh, I guess save against it.
Yeah, it makes a flat check to see if he's no longer poisoned, right?
Oh,
Nope.
double poison.
So poisoned. He like just pukes up of it in front of you.
Yeah.
Is it action to retro, have you no Chris? God.
Only if it's reducing the sticking condition. You can do anything for free if it doesn't have an.
You can just always I'll be on puking every turn from now
Yeah.
on.
Do what you like. as
I'm just
long as
doing it
it's
right
actually
now as a
gonna-
free action, like.
This one, slightly cowed, steps here because you guys look like you know what you're doing.
I do look like I know what I'm doing.
Loads his sling and launches.
Leon, do you get attack opportunities?
No, but when he does what he's gonna do right now, it probably will.
I know we react to that.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't know that can happen. Launches a slingshot towards you, Beck.
I used my reaction, you fool.
How did he know? Alright, 21
I,
even.
I lean over with my shield, and you reduce 4, and I'll.
Is there only 4 still?
When does it increase?
Yeah, it's half my level rounded. round
Is
it up.
that
Plus something else.
It's
It's plus something.
Let me read it in a second. 22 for 12.
Ooh.
It's like half his level plus con
Yeah,
or something. I don't know what it was. It's plus something.
Let's see. Champion's reaction. 2 plus my level. Oh wait, so 6.
Oh, 2.
6. Oh, it's
Two
way
plus level.
better.
It's
Oh,
way
very good.
better.
It's double as
Howard. And yeah, you hit him with your spear, dealing a mighty 12.
Dude, that was not worth it on the standpoint of how damage it took my friend. Right.
But at least I used your friend's reaction.
You bastard. Right.
Okay, it's your turn back.
On my turn, yeah, I kind of, it's been building up, but obviously this one actually happens. I kind of like grunt in pain as the few things kind of knock off me, and I kind of grunt and go big as I enter my rage, Chris. And I would like to go big to the bottom left in that direction.
Into the bottom left. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I know I'm like just stare down at them, just like who's bigger now, bitch? Who's outnumbered now? Technically, that's still, but whatever. And then I will attack the one who's being mean to Zoms.
I mean, think about it. If we count the pregnant lady and I'm assuming her husband, we outnumber them.
Actually, I won't attack the one next to Zoms because he doesn't
Does a
realize
pregnant lady count as two?
I don't, because I'm being very
Yes.
sneaky and using my warfare. I don't want to show how much reach I have, so I'm
No,
kind
it's
of holding it close and swinging at the guys in front of me. Okay.
With this huge ass sword.
I mean, sure, but it's only 5 foot. It's not a reach weapon, but I'll swing at this bandit as well.
Sorry, which one? The full HP one or the badly wounded
Low
one?
one, the low one, the low one.
Cool.
20.
Not low anymore.
Not low anymore. It's
Yeah,
got like
straight
straight
up cut him in half.
And then I turn to the other one. Still I can't. I look to the other guy as if I wish I could reach him, Chris.
Ah,
and then I
just-
turn to the one guy. Turn to the one in front of me.
Roll a deception check.
No, no need.
What a deception.
No need for that.
Roll a performance.
I clicked it. Ah.
Oh, that's good damage though.
Ah.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it cuts the tree behind him clean in half, kind of thing.
like cuts
And you
this
cut
tree.
this
It cuts the
tree.
tree out of reach in half. Like,
No. The air was moving very fast.
Okay, Zoms.
I will. I'll take a step action.
Ooh, he knows.
No striding. And then I'm gonna throw a bomb right in this guy's face.
Right in his face.
Bam, bitch.
Shit. Well, alas, it's not quite a crit because it's fighting condition reduced. But it is a hit.
Damn.
Right in the
And
face.
I will
Takes
follow up.
13. Man, that's good.
Yeah. And flat.
Yeah, like lightning crackers around him. You look, flat-footed as shit.
Oh, he's gonna die to the poison. That's so sad. Oh,
Do I waste another bomb on him? Or do I just move somewhere else?
Have you played Casio by Tom?
That gets too far away. Never mind. I'm just gonna throw another bomb at him. I have enough bombs.
You want to kill.
Oh, baby.
His head just explodes.
He walks over, shoves out,
I'm
right in his mouth.
I'm just deleting that token. That's just he's just across the countryside.
I want to say at the end, like, who's outnumbering who now? Huh?
The poor husband is like literally just covered in blood. and gore.
It's still gore. Just like what has happened here.
Years already.
Okay, Leon.
Okay. I will stride, I think. Or should I?
What a play.
Maybe not. The boy's within my range. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just stay here for now. But I'll ready my shield so that's in combat. And I will strike at this one. Let's throw a spear at him. And I really should do it the other way around, but Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, it's like light cover from back. That certainly hits. Very nice light cover. But don't know about that though. Okay, you graze him.
But he can do it from
You,
this way, right? Because he's
Oh
on
yeah,
flank.
that's true. No, you're correct. You're correct. So hits.
So it doesn't change anything, but it
Doesn't changes nothing. You give him the Xerxes spear right across like the side of the mouth.
Yeah. And I'll say to him, the crimes you've committed here cannot be undone. And that's my turn. I'll try and intimidate him.
Okay.
It's like, oh man, that's so intimidating. Oh, crit.
Oh yes, easy crit intimidates.
Man, that is pretty good.
Yeah, intimidate's real nice.
So that third action normally like not that good.
Okay. The pregnant woman, you see her Bromok, she like hides behind this tree and watches back to see what's happening.
Good call.
You're up, Bromok.
Alrighty, I will hunt prey this motherfucker down south.
This one here?
And yep.
Cool.
And then I'll take my
You
shots
got a
at
clear
him.
shot on him from on top of your
Yeah.
horse. This little tree's not that tall.
16, I'm guessing miss.
Does indeed miss.
23
23 hits.
for 9.
Oh, you
Hey.
rolled an 8 on the
I
damage.
did some damage! And then final shot.
Has to be
No.
seconds.
But look at the damage rolls this turn though.
Yeah. 3 8s in a row. What the
You've never
fuck?
seen that again. Never
The
seen.
final
Never.
shot? Why not
Never
4?
happening. No, I only get 3 because I have to move hunt prey.
Oh yes, of course you did.
Move on, pray.
Of course you did.
The sequel to
Okay,
Eat, Pray,
yeah.
Love.
Okay. This one. He loads his sling. Fires one off at Leon.
Yeah, Leon, not the giant dude. I like it. The guy with the shield. Good choice, my friend.
He's the scaring everybody.
That does it still.
He is pretty scary, yeah.
Leon's reaction.
I'm gonna run grab a drink between turns real quickly.
It doesn't work on myself,
Yeah.
sadly.
Exactly. He's like, haha, could you protect yourself with your shield?
Shield block, you know.
It doesn't. What are you talking about? That sort of thing.
Right, you.
And then strides over here. Under the canopy of these trees. This one.
Are they wearing like armor, Chris? Like, are they slowed at all? Just out of interest.
They are wearing studded leather.
Okay.
So,
So
not
nothing,
all
like,
studded.
nothing moving from 15 here. Not like they're not huddling away.
This one. Loads his sling again. Calls out at you, Beck. Hey, big guy! This one's got your name on it.
Dude, I don't look at it. I like look as it chunks me in the eye, which is not gonna happen. I just stare at it.
He's gonna try and intimidate you.
That is part of my DC, but luckily I'm a brave boy, so it's always reduced by 1 when I get started to be fighting.
Oh,
Incredible.
Just, like, stare
You're
at
so
it, just,
brave.
like, just like don't blink as the stone goes ricocheting across my head. It donks into my face, so I stare at him. Scary times.
I use my reaction. Oh no, wait,
Oh,
no, he's...
let's go.
I can't, he's not in reach.
Oh yeah. Alright, but yeah, I didn't get dunked. It takes away my temp HP and there's like a little graze in my face, I guess.
Yeah. Like a tiny little
Oh,
blood trickle.
I
Oh,
accidentally-
all the health is gone.
No.
He's dead.
Oh, I don't have
So
no
it hits you in the head. There's like a little like strain of blood going down your face. Lick it, looking at him. You made a mistake, buddy.
That is a motherfucking bastard.
And that's his full turn.
This guy throwing another rock. Chris.
This guy. Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Um,
He grabs one of the somned vials off its belt, Chris, and throws it.
They're not themselves. You can't fight.
he strides here, picks up a rock, close range rock throwing. How could it miss?
If he hits me,
Crit.
Rolls a one, hits back.
Crit.
I'll be upset.
Oh.
Getting there.
He's getting there?
Nah. Well, I mean, getting there in the sense this guy's AC is lower than the last guy he threw. No, actually, it was fine too as well. No, it's just the same throw. Oh no, technically it's too high because he's within range now. So.
Is it because he's
Oh, no,
left-handed
minus
and he's trying to
4,
throw right-handed or
that's his
something?
problem.
Not
This
ambidextrous.
frightened boy.
Runs away, man.
I'm trying to remember what weapon this guy had out, if any.
He had the sling. He was the one who stepped away from me, because I was like up here, and he like stepped and then shot me with the sling.
Wasn't that this guy?
Oh, this would. Oh,
This guy is his hatchet because he's the guy who was intimidating. No, he.
Oh, you're right.
Because he was intimidating those.
No,
noobs.
that guy died. That's the one who died when we blew up to pieces. That way, no longer on the map. That's the one who went over and tried to hit Zombs with the hatchet, with the dreadstorm.
Yeah, because you poisoned that guy. So this guy.
Mm.
Oh, this guy started in the back line then, right? Yeah, he
He's
did.
always
'Cause-
yeah.
Okay, then he's got his hatchet out. He must have.
Yeah, surely. Well,
I remember. Yeah, he moved forwards with his hatchet out.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he did. I remember because I was like, it's kind of a weird time. He's not actually going to do any attacks, but he did.
Oh, yeah, he
Okay,
walked up.
Now he gets to have the last laugh. He hacks you to pieces, Beck.
But you have to measure it from the other square, Leon, on the closer.
Yeah.
Hacks you to pieces, Beck.
Alright, what would you think?
Haha. I use my reaction.
Let's go. Only 4 damage.
No, back.
Oh, back? What do you mean? I'm not trying. Oh yeah, you stab him. You stab that boy. And that spear though, he's got the real reach. You gotta be scary with that spear.
Pretty nuts, sir.
Wait, is it actually a melee? Like, or is it like you're actually throwing it? I'm confused. Was
I'm
you're
not
actually
throwing
meleeing?
it, and it's
Okay,
returning
you
to
are
my
throwing
hand. Yeah.
Why is it so melee struck?
It's the same
'Cause it's the
modifiers,
same
I
thing.
assume, for him.
Completely different. Alright.
And then it makes a last attack. Nope.
Oh no.
Spear disrupted it a little bit. But he got you good.
He did get me. Oh, for 4. He got me.
Good.
He got me.
Well, you can reach to back with your shield from there?
See, it's the hex below, like the square below. He's actually in 15 feet. You know.
No, I mean he can throw to there, but like, can he block you?
No, I don't need to actually block with my shields. For just my enemy and my ally need to be within 15 feet.
I mean, how it works. I mean, do you actually need a shield to do it?
No, like there's just a flavor. I don't. It just says what
okay.
can link.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Yeah.
It's the
it's not being imaginary.
like you get the spear to like make it glance off, right? That's how it actually would work. Like, yeah.
And both are within 15 feet of you. Yeah, of course. Cool. Yeah. So that's this one's turn.
Wait, is the spear normally 10-foot reach?
Oh wait, how this goes frightened? 22 still
No,
hits you,
spear
though, right?
does
I
not
realised he was
reach
frightened
normally.
2 on his first.
But then what's the stuff about the step about?
Oh, that is if you're like 10 feet away, you can move to 5 feet.
Oh, okay. In addition, yeah. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, 22 still hits you, so it doesn't matter. He was frightened 2. Now frightened 1. This one is dead.
Wait, no. What would it have been?
22.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was a 24 for 10.
Yeah. That's right. If it was a 20 originally. Oh, it's my turn. Look down at this guy. You said his crimes cannot be forgotten, so I'll do a good old-fashioned, like, execution, like, just, like, swing all the way from the side.
So technically, I said his crimes cannot be undone.
Cannot be undone, he said.
Yes, they
Cannot be
can. What?
undone.
He never existed.
21?
That looks pretty
Hit
undone
him
to
so
me.
hard.
Nice, let's go.
How do you do more damage than your roll? What the fuck?
2d12s, man. It's like kind of.
I know.
big
And then
numbers.
the guy who threw the stone at my head. What a bastard. Boom.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Second. 17.
Nah, he gets out of the way agilely.
Actually,
I tried to go bastard.
We're sure as hell wasn't his armor stopping that
Run
attack.
up to him, yeah.
Okay, Zombs.
I will move into my nice range for this guy. And then I'm gonna throw a bomb at him.
Oh, he does that. He does do that.
19?
That
The
is
range
a-
increment on bombs?
Let's go. Range should be 30.
It's 30, so it's perfect range.
He
And then I'm gonna throw another one.
Powerball.
Yeah.
And... Okay,
Oh.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna 11 damage from the
He
first
is,
one,
yeah, the guy is flat-footed though.
and 4 damage. Oh, he is flat-footed, so that's of course not the second one hit, but he
Oh,
does take the
he
4
is
splash
flat-footed.
still. And is flat-footed. Cool, I'll give him the old foot. Yeah, Zombs bombs. That's what he does.
Yeah, man! Zombs throws the bombs.
I'll make sure not to ride over this guy's body.
Good job. Good job.
So that's my stride. I will.
It's like steps right on his head, crushes his skull.
Yeah. Oh, be careful, horsey.
Leon's horse full like
No,
mountains
he
this
was
guy's
stable.
head.
He's like,
Oh, man.
Sydney,
Oh,
you
Would he like
tables
lose
off a
his
horse.
champion status? Like he just instantly becomes a fallen paladin because of an accident.
Ooh.
I'm a hell
They
knight
got
now.
rules for that now. They got rules for that.
Yeah.
I will first try and intimidate him and say, your friends have fallen quickly. We can ensure the same fates. The Dominion will not do so. And I'll try and make that an intimidate, I guess.
That's fair. That's
Intimidation.
like you get to a point where like, you hardly have to think about what you're saying.
Jesus.
At
It's
this
like
point, like, you can be saying whatever you want. It's pretty fucking intimidating.
Yeah, I do have this now as well.
He's like Rainbow Dash is the best pony. He's like, oh fuck, I believe you.
God, you're right.
Your horse like bucks you off.
Yeah, Bob's pretty good. Okay, so he's fighting 2.
Yep.
And then I will strike him. Hurrah!
My favorite part is like your intimidation tactics, right? Are like, hey, do this so we don't have to kill you, and then you're just like this teeing everyone up just to get like decapitated by
It is.
by Beck most of the time.
It'll be okay, and then the sword comes swinging in.
Well,
Or the
that's
arrows
why I
from
changed my
100
wording a
meters
bit.
away.
I'm no longer gonna say like give up now and we'll make you live. I'm gonna say give up now, we'll kill you quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a man of your word.
Okay. There's nothing she's watching. Bromok.
What kind of cover does the hunted prey have?
It's like, the hunted prey are there.
Oh yeah, God! Imagine trying to hit this too.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Not much. Like he's under, like
Okay.
the foliage trees are above him. So yeah, I don't think there's any cover from you.
Cool.
It's good.
And it's flat-footed, so I'm all for that. Let's do
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah, no cover.
Let's get 4 shots off, hopefully. Well, hopefully I don't need it.
Hopefully
but-
you'll kill him before the 4 shots. And then
Got the first shot.
Yeah, so 21 for 4 damage. Woo!
Flat-footed, so you get him. Actually, you would have got him anyway with 19.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be 4 shots.
So I'm really tempted to just like YOLO try to roll this, like re-roll it,
no.
just for the crit to get 25 damage.
But, like, you don't need the 25.
I know.
Yeah,
Fine.
it would be nice if it would have maxed out. But, like,
So third, so 19.
That
It's
hits.
actually 20, right?
Flat footed.
You also have the miss, right, as well.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you're
20.
correct. Yeah, so no, I mean 19 is the AC, so he's dead.
All right. Woot. And then I guess 4th YOLO shot with no bonus whatsoever on this guy. Just give me whatever the negatives are.
Certainly greater cover.
Short is like
Yeah.
part of the hunted shot anyway, right? Like I think they need to be.
Light
I
mace.
guess the first 2 are hunted shot. It makes more sense.
Light
Yeah.
mace? Excuse me? Just like a lob your
I don't know why I hit that one. I meant to hit this other one. Can I take the natural roll? Let's
Take
see.
what the roll was. So 13 plus, what's your...
13.
It's the same, right? It's a finesse weapon.
It's all the same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, with greater cover, even with the frightened, I'm afraid, no.
Nah, it's fine.
You're kind of in the way.
It's not far off. It sticks in the...
Might have been easier to just through it, actually. You know,
And then it's, yeah, that was a warning shot.
Which one of us?
This guy, knowing
Everyone.
in his heart that Beck has no reach, steps here, loads his sling with a
A little grin as my elegant plot comes into fruition.
It's like,
Such a genius.
so you know what I meant? It's the Hulk. No, it's the Hulk grin thing where like he's like, yeah, it's that. Oh my god! You literally chop him in 2! Holy shit!
I mean, it's not. Unfortunately, it's 30 HP. There's not like quite massive damage effect,
Oh.
but it is very. He is very dead.
Very dead.
Holy shit.
Very dead.
Very dead.
Excellent.
I mean, if he had 30 HP, it's almost double it.
Yeah, exactly. Double, because that's it. Double is the max threat. Is
Yeah,
like the
then you do
insta
it.
kill,
Yeah.
double damage threshold. So he's like
Yeah,
almost at like the literally would instantly be dead even if he were a PC.
right. I
And
still
it's
think
it's
that's
simply very dead.
that's like in 2. Like,
It's like there's like it's a
It's
nearly
the
headless
refresh
nick job.
and, you know,
Exactly, it's a nearly headless nick job. It's like his clothes are still like on that side of his torso. The clothes are still
Yeah, yeah.
intact. You didn't get through the
Gotcha.
leather armor on that side,
Disappointing.
Jesus. God damn.
but yeah,
Crazy.
not a good
So
day for
good.
them. And we can we can act out of initiative now. I think.
I made it
Alrighty.
quick from Leon. I made it quick.
Oh boy.
Let me,
Yeah, thank you. Exactly what I wanted. I will dismount.
give myself a nice
Another.
regular or background music.
Make me small, Chris.
I will pet
Thank you, small.
Bob. Very nice, very brave.
That's
Oh,
kind of
be on the lookout for any others. And I'll kneel down to this guy to like check out if he's there or not.
He does have a hoof print on his face.
Yeah, you check out both of them, and they are unfortunately dead. Like the man is like striding to the road, calling out, "Brienne, Brienne!"
Yeah, and I'm like kind of looking over to her, like it's safe now.
Yeah.
They're all
She
gone."
she comes running out. She like sort of walks nervously a little bit past you, Romok, and then like runs over to.
Yeah, no,
Party
I
sort of,
definitely
"All
kind
right."
of like bows
Yeah.
in the hand, but like
Yeah.
down to the side.
Like
type
assuming
thing.
it's her husband, she like rushes over and like kind of
Yeah.
hugs him and buries her head in his
Amazing.
chest.
Just because he's
And
not.
he looks around at the group of you and says, "Oh, thank you so much. Who are you to come riding past such a fortuitous time?"
Just lucky travelers, really. You're merely just heading this
Lucky.
way.
Robbed or dead in a ditch with our throats cut if it weren't for you. We owe you our lives.
Oh,
I would know
don't
your
worry about
names,
it.
if I may.
It'll be more of a show of thanks if you do not mention us in specifics. We were just, as my friend says, travelers.
Viva la resistance! So, I drag all the bodies by my Chris into like a pile.
Yeah,
You're-
and I just kind of like
My
kind of
wounds.
bypass the question when he says that. He says, "Were these your guardsmen, friends of yours?"
Hey,
Sorry for
they
your
were.
loss.
We hired them as bodyguards. They promised us they could protect us. Sorry, I don't mean to impugn their. They fought valiantly and died trying to save us, but die they did. If it hadn't been for you. He kind of glances over to them, a look of sort of almost distaste with himself, and says, "It is so soon to speak of it, but these are times when a person must be practical if they wish to survive. They were supposed to be our guards to God's Hold. We are now without them. Are you heading that way? Would you consent to travel with us? We're
Fine.
heading to a farmstead just outside of town.
Hey.
If you were heading to God's Hold, it wouldn't be any distance out of your way."
Give Leon a look.
Yeah,
Sorry.
exactly. I was like, I think I probably try to lock eyes with Leon to be like, yeah, we should probably help.
If
I
I
don't
may
know.
ask,
Any
what is
sort of
your
indication how I feel.
what is your business on the road here? You say it yourself. These times are dangerous. Surely, must be an
Brienne
important cause.
pulls her head out of her husband's chest and
Like, a
turns around
gaping
to-
wound.
with teary eyes. He like collapses. And like teary eyed says, we're traveling there to find greater safety and comfort. My sister lives there. You see, we're from a small village nearby to Kira, in Vela province. It was supposed to be a short, safe journey. Open plains all the way. We avoided the forest deliberately. But the bandits
see.
found us and... She turns back to her husband.
I can see why you would want a safer place for the coming time. Alright, I kind of look at the others and say, I think we should be able to escort you the rest of the short way.
I kind of give a slight nod. You know, like, do you have horses?
He shakes his head and says, "No, we were on foot."
Just nod. Alright. Kind of like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I assumed I would have seen if there were, like, you know, any sort of banded horses tied up. You know, give
Probably.
Give me perception check.
Okay. I mean, I guess if they were ambushing, they probably would have tied the horses any bit close anyway.
Yeah, just like at the thought, that's more than good enough. You like glance over, the bandits are like dressed for riding. They have like riding boots on
Yeah,
and
like,
stuff,
yeah.
like spurs, you know.
Yeah, oh, okay, so when I like, we kind of seen that, like, maybe we can fix that. And I like, let's say, clear up.
Yeah,
the-
I head over with you back to try to.
Yeah, so I guess yeah,
Well,
we try.
Yeah,
Hunt
it's gonna
down-
Be, it's going to be tracking their footsteps back, so it's
Yep.
survival. You can have the +2 from like the ability
Cool.
to hunt prey,
Yeah.
and then
And I'm
Reverse.
I will re-roll that.
Tis reroll territory.
Oh my god!
Oh wow.
For
Well,
me,
you know, your survival's actually like.
I'm having my own look, Chris.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
having-
yeah.
Terrible. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Even with a +2, that's like not.
Yeah,
even
an
beating
11
easy
is like-
0.
I'm
like, there
yeah,
were
that's
bandits
fine,
here.
You're just like, you're like trying to
You
check
like
like,
act-
and it's like
you accidentally end
down.
up following their footprints the way they were going, and like find your way back to where the fight was, like after a couple of minutes.
Like, yeah,
Like,
they
oh
used
shit,
to-
I was supposed to be going
Oh,
backwards.
fuck. God damn
Yeah,
it.
I find like a little clearing with some
Yeah,
horses.
yeah, exactly. You're like just a small clearing where they were sort of tied up. Like lightly camouflaged. They had like a bit of foliage and stuff tied around their saddles and stuff. So
How many are there? There's like 6 or something.
5.
5. I would like kind of take 2 by like I'll cut just the ropes, like 3 of them, and then it's like give the horse like a
Sure.
slap on the ass to make it run away. You know, like
Okay.
And then, like the other
You leave
2
that like
are,
pack and stuff on, or do you cut that as well?
It's like a heavy pack. Like it's like just like a. I mean, even
No,
if
like-
yeah,
like
yeah,
very light
yeah,
saddlebag.
yeah. I'll cut.
It's
them.
like I mean, if you're just cutting,
I
it's
mean,
like you just
I mean, I guess I'll look through the first one, like before I cut it
Sure.
off.
Yeah. You find you do find some like currency, but otherwise not a great amount of treasure.
And I guess
Like food, traveling supplies, and like actually, but like between them, you find a handful of healing potions.
okay.
Like
nice.
the weakest like kind
So,
of.
like I won't actually like take everything out, but like when I see the valuables inside it, the ones I like take off, I kind of just like lay over the back of the other horses.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
kind of like lead the 2 horses by
You
the.
just cut like you cut the belly band and pull the bridles
Yeah,
off, but then just set them
exactly.
free, and leave those ones back. Okay, cool.
While he's doing that, I'll say to the pair, well, if we're gonna travel together, the least I could do is mention my name. I am Leon. It's a real pleasure.
I am Hobart, and this is my wife Briony.
Hobart, okay.
Bug.
Hobart and Brienne. Okay, let me actually write that down.
Alright, so yeah, I guess I like lead the horse back. When I get like back up, I'll be like, I've found the horses, and I think there's some supplies from my beauty on the road as well. I kind of like, I just like gesture the saddlebags. So what is in there in total, Chris?
Like enough rations for a week. So like 5 person weeks worth of rations.
Okay, yeah.
Like 1 in each of the saddlebags. Between them all, a total of 3 of the like whatever the weakest healing potion, tier of healing, but like the lesserest healing potion or minor or whatever.
Yeah, it is lesser healing potion.
Not the elixir. Yeah, whatever the potion is.
It's a potion.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Is that
Not
straight
yet, not
1d6?
I don't think so.
And
Where does it say they were from again?
How many of those, by the way?
3 healing potion minor, which are 1d8.
Can I take one?
Yeah, sure. Like I'm not like really unloading. I'm just like mentioning that stuff in
Oh,
it. And
okay,
I
yeah.
guess like as a group, we're kind of
Right.
unpacking stuff that we think might be useful for.
Yeah,
Oh,
as
so-
we're like trying to get them all set up on their horses, I'm
Yeah,
guessing we
yeah,
probably
exactly.
quickly distribute this other stuff.
Yeah, you
I
find
kind of
not,
like.
not
I guess.
much currency.
I guess I realized like. Sorry. Oh yeah. Sorry. Cool.
9 gold and 11 silver. in
Like
total.
I don't really even think about it. Like I don't like take that.
I think you had me kind of be like the unofficial
Oh yeah.
gold
Yeah.
carrier, and I
Treasurer.
I just everything that we expense comes through my pocket.
completely fine with me. It's not like we're ever actually gonna be able to buy like normal shit anyway. In this
Mm.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Chris, as I kind of I kind of like lead the horses like near the other 2. I kind of I give like a look at the pregnant lady. I mean, like, do I personally think she's gonna be okay with Vide with her pregnant?
Yeah, she's not like 8 months pregnant or anything. She's just like it's a bump. It's visibly pregnant.
I mean, I'll still ask her, to be nice. Like, do you think you're okay to Vide, man?
She says,
I'm
So,
like, civilized.
she says, I think the risk of riding outweighs the risk of the risk of not riding would be greater than the risk of riding.
Great. I kind of
Okay.
just like hand the guy the veins.
Sure. Okay, yeah, he like helps her up and then mounts his own.
Mhm.
She's like riding a side saddle.
I
side
shout
saddle.
horse. I haven't named my horse. I call my horse Horse, Chris. So, like, yeah,
Okay, he comes, he
Horse!
comes running over.
where are you?
It's so close to Horus. In their go-
Horus. Horatio.
Alright, but as we kind of like get up on my horse, I'll be like, Leon, before we get going anything, you could have a quick look at my wound.
Oh yeah, of course. I'll close my eyes and do the lay on hands.
Thank you. It's 12, right?
Yeah.
Almost. Kind of nod. Thank you.
Come on, Bob. A long way to go.
Head out on the highway. High school.
Full adventure.
Bomok, this is not my horse.
No, that is. What are you doing? How did you even move my horse?
I didn't. That's what it was. I swear.
On the
What?
road, Chris, I'll try and make like small talk. Like, I mean, I don't remember where they were from, but like, how was life there?
Near,
what,
like,
what do you do
small
for a
town in Bella.
living? Stuff like that.
Okay, yeah,
What are you doing up there?
they describe life as well, just very ordinary people in a small town outside of Gira.
Oh, anti-Dominion.
Yeah, okay, the conversation does get around there eventually. They ran like a general store together. And yeah, they don't specifically mention any particular like, oh, the Dominion murdered our infant son or something, but like the implication is that like they sort of feel kind of unsafe in the modern world, and that's why they were heading to God's Hold to be with her sister, and like her sister who has like her own family there, and they're kind of so they want to basically move to the farm with like be a sort of family of like 15 or so people, and they feel kind of more comfortable there to raise their child.
All normal people who are like adults must fucking hate the Dominion, right? Because there was like realistically, there was like an entire invasion of like homeland. I'm sure they knew people like
Yeah.
That died.
Yeah. Well,
place.
there is definitely like an overall general sentiment, but just like having lived in this world, you feel it like decreasing year by year. Like people are getting sort of more and more akin to
like all the people I imagine.
and honestly, some
like
people's
American.
lives have,
Didn't
like,
change at all or improved.
Honestly, like so just because the society is like significantly more authoritarian, the kind of like central organization of everything is like there isn't like European style universal healthcare and stuff, but there is like an actual like if you are like seriously like wounded, not just like, oh, I accidentally like cut myself or whatever, I can go like, or I just broke my arm, like that's whatever, but like if you like are potentially mortally wounded, like there is now they haven't like constructed like a huge hospital in every city yet or anything, but like there's like a more organized coverage of like that sort of thing, whereas before like certainly it was possible to find healers, but like you guys remember like the healing like abbey in Charing it was in like up by Cragmarrow and stuff, like it was very sort of like by the will of like those who were able, whereas here if you are like capable of healing, there's a reasonable chance they'll like they will just give you employment as as a healer, and like so like life has not been strictly worse for everyone. A lot of people feel like a lot of freedoms have been taken away, like people are used to having to like deal with curfews and stuff now, and like potentially having their like home searched and stuff, so like there is sentiment against them, but it's not like completely like, I think if you took a poll, most people would vote for Atlas back, but
like people know like even if stuff's good, and like kind of like it's literally like evil beings from hell that are in control.
Oh no, certainly, but like
whatever.
But actually, it's
charge,
exactly. It's like, but it could be Mike Pence, so
hell demons.
We'll take Belial.
Anyway, okay. Just running from like hearing them generally.
Current events.
Yeah. Okay, so they sort of Hobart at least sort of tentatively. He's very like, from what you said earlier of not mentioning, like he's very reticent to sort of like pry too deeply, but is so whereabouts you from, and he just comments like you very capable fighters. Where
Can we go to the world map?
Absolutely, yeah. Let's go back to the world map now.
Just so I can make up a place I'm from.
Assuming they're mainly asking Leon. So.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
But they kind of he just like he asks about his assumption seems to be that you guys like are a group together and have been like have known each other. It's like, where are you guys from? Where did you guys learn to fight and stuff like?
Yeah, Leon. Where did we?
I'll say.
You get to speak for the whole party at this point.
From around the Haven, so wanted to head west.
Haven again?
The desert land.
Yeah, the big desert city, the big oasis city in the
middle
of
there it is.
Huge desert. Yeah.
Next to the random pirate zone.
Yeah,
that's where Leon passed through. That's why it's red.
I don't think anyone in game, in either version, this new one or the old one, we know what the fuck that's about. We know what this one is.
Do we?
No fucking idea what this one is.
That's the church at Gimbal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That was like.
Yeah, we actually like multiple of us
There is
watched
also
an
one,
explosion thing.
there is also one over here. Just saying.
Oh yeah. So there's two other ones that were like.
Chris,
I don't
you,
know
you,
what
have
it
to,
is.
you should lead us there, you know, so we know.
It's a desert dragon. Must be. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
One of them definitely has to be a dragon.
Give us a carrot, Chris. We need to go.
Yep. Anyway.
It can't be worse than the death, right?
Yeah. So apparently, at least if judging by the localization of greater evil places, the southeast is far more dangerous than the northwest.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
again,
Oh, it
like,
depends on how much you like dwarves.
I'm joking, by the way. There's 2 things versus none in the northwest. That's all.
It's way dangerous.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
our profession is similar to the people you've hired. We try and keep people safe. It's a good, honest work.
Okay. Can you GR me a deception check?
Okay, no,
Hey.
we don't try to keep people safe? What do you mean?
Which is he lying about? Technically, the good, honest work,
No,
or
no.
the?
It's
It's omission
it's
of.
more of a, it's
I
a
know.
more alive omission.
right.
By the way, sorry, it's like talking about deception stuff. When an NPC lies, they're meant to roll like deception. We don't roll sense motive. You know, so like whenever we're like, ooh, I want to see if they're lying, we shouldn't actually ever do that.
Oh
That's
yeah, it's correct.
Sure, we begin, which is like weird, but you end up sense motive saying like never. Something. Oh, it's like we do evil, disgusting work.
You kind of
He's
like,
like, oh, I don't mind.
you kind of like, you know, he nods along. He says, "I suppose it's
It's a little.
a busy line of work."
Yeah, it keeps travel exciting.
Speaking of travel, that was your first move of the day, I believe.
Yes.
So you've got your +5. Make your survival for us, please. Bromok. Bromok the bro. Yeah, all sorts of good. Any particular?
Northwest.
I assume we go north again.
Maybe northwest, right? Because there's a chance. Is this? Do we know where the guy actually? But all these buildings are God's hold, right?
Yes, correct.
That's
So,
true.
like, if he's in like this.
Oh
corner-
yeah.
Well, they're
So let's
all
go.
like they're all buildings, or they're all like within the sort of the
You would
kind of
say,
the-
I'm from
what's
God's.
considered a city of Godhold. Yeah, like they'll probably have like similar to they were at Cragmire. They got like their own names for like the areas
Yeah.
just outside for like different districts
Sure.
and stuff. But yeah, it's all
Yeah,
like the
sure.
same. The person who the colonel who's in command of Godhold is like overseeing the entire.
Do we know which
province and
part
all
of
that.
God's hold they want
I
to
don't
go?
think
Like
so.
You
which
don't
of
know,
the
you
3
guys-
hexes?
I don't think any. Well, I guess this is a fair point. If anyone's like Giami society at this point.
No, but what Josh asked was which one they want to go to.
Oh, which one they want to go to?
I also curious if we know where.
They described like a farm, like a farmstead somewhere in the farmland, like bordering regionally on the outskirts of Godhold, but not inside.
Okay.
And yeah, like they basically in this
One of
hex
these
here,
two, I
if you
feel.
like ask them on a map.
Let's go.
That one? Okay, cool. And you were
Well,
supposed to
Leon.
GR that, Leon.
Leon.
I thought I still had it on jar, but
Here's mine.
Leon. This is the sea. What was the name of the dude again? I keep forgetting. Who wrote that?
out of memory, it
Factory
was
boy.
Hobart.
Factory. No, not that guy.
Oh.
The guy in God's
Hold.
Hold.
Oh, Kaspari Kasparlan.
Okay. I'm sure when we ask if any directions to meet him, everyone will be like, oh yeah, that's a name, don't forget it.
Okay.
The old CC, sure.
So yeah, Zombs, you're you know like the basic districts of Godsold. You don't know much. Well, you know a little bit about them, but like not the you haven't been there. You haven't like navigate your way around, but you've heard of it and what's there. The fort is outside of is walled itself, but outside of the city walls is called Fort Daybreak. The bottom hex here is called Hut Hill, and you know that it's basically it's like a large industrial park. The one here to the right is Godshold proper, the city itself. And north of it, sort of tapering away into the rural land to the north, is a district called Fairdale, which is it's a halfling settlement basically. It's a halfling commune. Not like it's not quite like Shire level of rural, but like it's in that vein sort of thing. Like little happy little that sort of thing.
Okay.
I mean,
So the industrial park is like the one to the furthest south, which is where like a factory is most likely to be.
So do you still want to go northwest
I'm
then or
sure
north?
Zoms share that with everyone.
Yeah, I said it.
Oh, you did, okay. I think we still want to go northwest.
Still northwest, and then again we can technically go north to
Yeah.
drop them off in the hex they wanted to go
exactly.
to. Cool. So northwest,
So
above
northwest.
the UR.
No! Oh, I never
Oh,
learned
no.
something about us. Never learned something.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, caramba.
Dios míos.
Are we gonna go down every
You
line?
definitely refocus since.
Mine God. Yeah, of course. Only 10 minutes. We have had lunch. Come on.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are first alerted to the So you guys are first alerted to the presence of anything when you see like a thin, not like a huge column of smoke, but like a thin, like a reasonable, not like there's a campfire, but like a small building fire maybe, rising in the distance.
Like a small
like the
building
way
on
you're
fire
heading,
or a small...
Like something's burning.
Fireplace,
Something's
okay,
like
yeah.
something just something out of sight. You can see like the column of smoke rising into the sky up ahead.
Yeah.
And yeah, like as you guys sort of draw nearer, you're sort of following this not like a built road, but the kind of the traveling path that you've been sort of taking through the plains.
Yeah.
And yeah, it gives you like a reasonable view. You see probably 150 feet perhaps off the road. There's an Order of the Dawn Patrol, and actually at this point you guys are kind of familiar enough with them that you can probably make out that it is. Let me get this not too absurd. Yep, it is one lieutenant and a pair of corporals.
Oh, but yeah, I gotta remember you. I have to-
Lieutenant is what captain
Lieutenants
previously
the lieutenants
Yeah.
are tough boys now, yeah. They're like what we fought when we were with
So
the dude.
lieutenant and corporals.
Yeah,
And the
one
corporal is
lieutenant
like
and a
the
pair
corporal's
of
like the
corporals.
second level one, right?
Okay.
It goes
Yeah.
like
Well,
Private, corporal, lieutenant.
What about sergeant?
Yeah, I just have to change my
Yeah.
insignias that I have.
Sergeant.
Private.
Yeah.
It goes private, corporal, sergeant, lieutenant,
Yeah,
captain.
yeah,
Okay.
And actually,
And
there was prior to now. Also, a slight change. And this is not going to be a huge deal to you because they're like pretty far below your league now. But previously, I had like actually 2 levels of private. I had a 0 and a 1, but that was kind of weird. So now I have a trainee, which is like below private. And it's a 0. Yeah, exactly. But so it's a lieutenant and a pair of corporals. And yeah, so basically what they are, they're hunkered around, not hunkered around, but they're sort of standing around what looks like a sort of like a hovel or a sort of like a hole in the ground or a mound in the ground with like almost like a large rabbit warren. And smoke is billowing from the mouth of this thing. In front of them, and you can see the 2 corporals while the sort of lieutenant stands around with his arms folded, are carrying the bodies of like what looks like goblins, and stacking them up. There's like a heap of like 5 or 6 goblins, and like a few more, just like 2 or 3 more corpses just like lying around.
They seem pretty busy. Is there still time for us to maybe get off the road real quick?
Yeah, I mean,
Get
like you're
some,
like just following the
cover.
road, and they're like 150 feet off the road,
Oh,
so
okay.
it doesn't even look like they're paying attention. Like you could probably just like ride straight on past them. They're like
I can't
on the
believe
road,
it.
focused on what they're doing.
I give Leon a look though. I give Thomas a look as well.
Yeah,
let's
Hobart gives you an uneasy look, Zoms, but doesn't say anything. Not like a sort of you, but like a sort of. It's almost sympathetic. It's kind of like it feels a little bad for
Sucks
you.
to be a goblin. I mean, I kind of just raised my eyebrow.
Can we? Is there a way? I don't know what the current travel form is, but is there a way where we can just like speed up like a tiny amount so that the 4 of us can have like a quick conversation without the prying ears of our
Yeah,
guests?
sure. I mean, like, Yeah, I assume
And then
like,
just, like,
it's
leaning.
just in the course of like traveling for the afternoon. Like it's not necessarily the first time the four of you have like sort of huddled away a little bit from them. So yeah, you guys sort of pull up. Like, I mean, you can't really get zombies in on it because you can't come near your horses, but.
Okay, well,
But
I'll
the other
say
two you
to
can kind of get. You
to
can like
back
pull up
and
next to both
Brom,
their
like,
horses
yeah,
and
I'll
sort of
lean
speak
in
in a
a
low
little bit.
voice.
Yeah, as we're riding, I'll be like, all right, the Dawn. I've done something terrible yet again. I just don't know if this is the time to punish them for it. Kind of look at our companions.
Kind of stony face, and I'm like, whenever there's a fight, I think there's a good chance you win. I want to take it, but I do get what you're saying.
We can easily take them, but the question is, what would our guests think?
It would.
Another option we could do
What
is
they
we
think.
could say that the three of us want to go and it's like, hey, like Zoms will lead you ahead a little bit, a ways. We're gonna go quickly talk with the Dawn Patrol, make sure everything's okay.
Kind of scratch my stubble. I'm like, look, I do think it's a fight we can win, but those lieutenants were tough. It's not. It's a fight I'd want everyone for. I don't want to be sure of success.
Sure.
Look, does it matter more that they die and they're evil scum off the earth, or that the people we're with don't have any chance of?
If you phrase it like that, no, I don't think one patrol like this will make the difference. It's more our actions in general, our path to the future. I think
I don't care that much about the future.
I think it will be too much of a risk during our stay in God's Hold.
Any type of activity we do out here would bring attention around. We don't want people asking after us in God's Hold since we just arrived.
I hadn't even thought of this, but like it is kind of it'd be funny. Like you guys just like literally crossed halfway across the world because your presence was a little bit hot somewhere else, and the first thing you do is like just
Yeah.
turn back up.
I kind of
Well-
scratch my head a bit, and I'm like, if they were burning a village of humans, you guys would say the same?
If it was already burned, maybe.
They're still pulling out bodies. We don't know how deep the warren goes. If they're smoking them out, it could take hours.
I don't. It wouldn't be fair not to include Zoms in this discussion. Give me a moment. I'll dismount and I'll say to Bob, like, follow the other horses, and I'll walk over to Zoms.
Say to him in common, "Hey Bob, just follow those guys."
Yeah,
I'll give him like
You
a.
probably hand me the reins. I'll hold on.
Yeah.
No, Bob is smart.
Yeah.
You know, he's smarter than me.
It's like yeah, no, sorry, man, don't worry, I'll look after these idiots.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you, Bob.
You got it, bro.
You're the real leader. Oh no!
So you like go and like jog along.
The real
next
hero
to,
here.
Yeah.
Zoms for a bit. Sure.
I'll say, Zoms, first of all, this can be a pretty sight. Sorry you have to see this. We were talking if we should intervene. There's a vote for both ways. I want to get your opinion on it.
That's more important, right? Immediate retribution or
Well,
stopping the whole thing.
that's the thing. Beck brought up a point. They might not be done with their job here. There might still be goblins we can save. That's
Yes, but even if we stop this here, it says more won't be sent.
it's true. I mean, you know more about your society than I do. I don't know how often or how badly they get treated.
I mean, it's pretty bad. Also, at the same time, one thing you should probably know about goblins is people tend to dislike each other, and most of them are idiots. Now, feels bad, but I think saving more people in the bigger scale is more important. I would really just, not draw too much attention to ourselves. kind of just walk away.
Alright.
If that is a possibility. I don't know.
I'll let the others know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll jump back to Bob. Let me just quickly read my causes real quick. My edicts.
Yeah.
Allow intelligent mates to get burned to death. That's not on the list. It's okay.
It doesn't say it specifically, so you know.
Ooh, okay.
Is it borderline?
It's
But it's
borderline.
weird, right? You're like the lawful good one, right? But like, what's the law in this world? You're not like lawful good as in.
Yeah,
like,
it's
Yeah,
interesting.
Jacko.
I've both that I have to respect lawful authority of legitimate leadership, but also my anathemas. I can't bow down to tyranny, and I never respect the leadership
Okay,
of devils.
you don't
But yeah,
assume it.
your specific oath is like you never consider like hellish
Yeah,
leadership to be a legitimate authority.
yeah.
So it gives you an around it.
Yeah, a
Knows
little
what else,
loophole.
Okay,
Just for the purposes though, Jacko, like
Mm.
you do not have to consider the Order of the Dawn Fiends. Like they are in
Yeah.
service to fiends, but like for the for the line where it's like you gotta fucking murder every fiend.
Dude, otherwise, I'd make a strong argument for like the extra stuff I get for
That's how
fighting
I
fiends.
that's how I see the world, even though I'm not a champion. Isn't that funny?
Okay, well, I'll climb back up on Bob and I'll lean into you guys and say, some things we should handle. He doesn't think that saving these goblins, if there's any left, is worth it.
Kind of give like a big scowl, but I kind of did nod shortly. It's like, alright, let's just hope they don't look in our direction too hard. I kind of, like shake my reins, like like I'm a bit annoyed to like kind of shake my horse, go like a little bit fast, and sort of along in the conversation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just, like, writing.
And I definitely like move like my short sword and bow to the other side of the horse,
I don't
opposite where they are.
We're still like in one hand, with the other hand holding the
It's like
reins.
pointing at them, like.
I know if they see it, it's not my fault.
Just constantly making like the
They
them.
attacked me, Leon. I'll have you know, they.
Okay, as Bag moves away, I'll say to Brom like, I'm not feeling good about this one, Brom. Leaving them behind like this. We have the
Understand.
power to stop it. Maybe we
We
should.
do. But we also, in the positions that we're in within the Resistance, and again, I'd say this very, very quietly
Yeah.
just to you, is like, we do have to sometimes weigh the needs of the few against the needs of the many. While I wish we could save every person in this world from any of the evil that the Order of the Dawn will commit, we can't. And I think most important right now is we need to make contact in God's Hold, because we have a job, we have a mission that is of greater service to all of Atlas. And if we fuck that up now, in the end we could be hurting far more people.
It seems like the Dragon's talk is swaying you, after all. Talk of great purpose.
Yeah, and you actually say it kind of surprised, like, no, I definitely don't. But I do think that the leaders of the Resistance, right, want us to come here for a purpose. That's what I mean. I don't know if there's some grand design or purpose here.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, you speak sense. Let's hope it's worth it.
Agreed. Again, it does not leave a good taste in my mouth to leave anyone like this. And, God's willing, hopefully we can react some form of payment on them in our mission here in God's Hold.
Yeah, like the smoke is is like billowing more and more, like intensely as you guys are sort of passing like the closest point in the road to them and moving on further.
Do you see any signs of more dawn?
No, you don't. And yeah, once they've like They don't seem to be like going in and pulling out any more bodies. Like once they've stacked up the bodies that you could see, they're sort of like just standing around watching the entrance. Backs to you.
Okay. I feel a little
Now
bit
just become a goblin burning party. That's gross.
barbecue, boys.
I don't think it's very tasty.
They have good hygiene, I'm sure.
I look at Zoms. I don't know.
Alright, yeah, we keep on riding.
Keep on riding.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You push on further and eventually find, yourselves a nice place to camp out for the evening. And, yeah, go about your preparing of the camp.
How late was it when we walked past these dawn people?
You rode on another couple of hours. It was sort of halfway through the afternoon travel. Okay. Leon, you sense just like, it's not even really specifically to do with the area, it's more yourself and your connection with your god. You get like a sense of disquiet, maybe. Not like a full-on sort of like, existential religious crisis, but just like a little sort of tremor in your connection. You get the sense that your action today to ride past was not like, but it's kind of as you knew, it's not fully within the sort of like the edicts of your. I guess it's within the technical, but not necessarily within the spirit of the. It's nothing. It's nothing to really worry about. It's like a minor sort of disturbance in the force. You probably wouldn't have noticed it, except that you were sort of focusing on like the religious aspects of the world around you. You just you just kind of feel it a little.
Okay.
Zomb is cooking, excellent as ever. Of course. Beck. God, these perceptions. Yeah, you okay, yeah, you go poking around a bit. Actually, I know what you find this time.
More dead goblins.
And you're sort of
Yeah.
you're searching up, like, kind of up and down the road near where you guys were camped.
Yeah.
And like about, I don't know, 200, 300 feet from the party, sort of just up the road towards no, actually back the way you came. You spot something you hadn't spotted as you were traveling through earlier. Like a gleam of something metallic, off, like half buried in a group of like shrubs, sort of 30 or 40 feet off the road. Catches your eye.
Yeah, I'll go over to it, get a closer look.
Cool. Is there like an easy way for me to? I'm gonna have to just. Okay, I'm gonna do some MS Paint magic real quick. Hang on. It's like
Let's go.
Or maybe I can just search like this. Hang on. Images. Yes, perfect. Here we go. The image is right here. So you find something really quite strange. So we'll roll your like knowledge check, see if you recognize it in a second.
Oh, it'll be very.
As a
strange.
layperson, it would be
You'll
very.
go, I'm the layperson.
Really quite strange. Like buried in, like half buried, almost hidden, in a small patch of foliage off the side of the road. If I just paste, here's the picture, of what it is. But it isn't like alive or active. It's some kind of metallic construct. It's a small creature, so it's not even that large. And it's sort of collapsed and seems inactive. It doesn't have like that red glow or anything. It's just sort of like completely like loose and floppy with like articulating joints. Like you can just move them freely and stuff.
So would I have ever seen something like this? Like have any idea what it is?
Why not roll society?
Society. Do you want me to GR it? And GR that bad boy.
You see if there's anything else that you could roll that you've got. Okay.
What about law warfare?
No, not quite.
What about athletics?
No, but maybe. Okay, so that's -1. What else did you have?
Yeah, he lifts it.
also
It's like,
-1.
that's what it is.
Alright, my skills good.
Yeah, unfortunately, everything you can use is the -1.
I'm a fucking
This is
idiot.
a weight.
Yeah, it's you're not sure. I mean, like I don't know really what more I could sort of tell you that you'd use other than you can tell from it. It's like some kind of very strange. Seems like it was probably animate at some point. Like you can certainly see how it would like be a thing that sort of walks around, but Like
And
what
it's
the
like
fuck? Who knows?
mainly buried.
Yeah, well, like it's not buried in earth, but it's like in
Oh, okay.
in a sort of in like half out of a bush, basically.
I just like lift it up. You know, is it like
Yeah,
real
it's,
heavy?
It's for it's like a small creature, so for its size, it's reasonably heavy. It weighs about 60 pounds.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I'll kind of like, pick it up, shake it a little with my, see if I hear it rattle inside. Just curious, like what's in the box. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Does it
doesn't. You
rattle?
don't hear like anything loose rattling, but like the loose parts do rattle about you, like visibly that you can see.
Okay, I'll just kind of like take it back to the party when I'm finished. Looking around.
Sure.
Like maybe someone will be interested or some shit. When I get back, I'll kind of like chuck it like next to the fire and be like, found this during the. Or just looking when I'm looking around the area. Anyone have any idea what the fuck it is?
Did society rolls, right?
How big is it?
It's a small creature.
Small creature.
Society, crafting, or arcana. Whichever is your best.
I see the problem. I should get trained in crafting, but every day I sharpen my sword with my own package.
This is true.
I need someone to fix my shield, so please.
I think I might do it or something.
Zombies, would you like
must be great at crafting. He's a fucking helper.
So I'm saying, yeah, how good are you at crafting?
I'm fine.
Could you fix a magical shield perchance?
Magic.
With it damage.
Yeah, magical crafting is a real question.
Yeah, what is that? What does that involve?
Yeah, can I? Yeah, I'm still attempting to sharpen my sword anymore every day because I don't know if it actually works.
Yeah, basically all you're doing is cutting into a whetstone with
Do
your
you wanna
magic
roll to know what this thing is, Zombies, or
Sorry, what check this?
do you want to roll to know what this thing is, or?
Yeah, sure. What do I roll?
Society, crafting, or arcana. It's your whatever's best for you.
My choice. I love my choice.
There's a few things you can. Okay. Yeah. So, like, Beck and Leon, you guys are kind of talking your way around to, like, it's got to be some kind of new,
Weapon.
like, dawn invention. Like, it certainly has a hellish look about it. You guys are thinking to yourselves.
Yeah.
Bromok, you're not sure about that, like, but you don't know any better what it is.
Yeah.
Zomb, though, you've got an inkling. You've never seen one yourself, but you have heard of a dwarven invention called a dig widget, and this certainly sounds similar to that. It has numerous tools, a set of mechanical devices that function as thieves' tools, 2 arms with drills, 2 arms with corkscrews. Once activated, it propels itself forwards. It's a form of construct. And they have the full faculties typical of a construct. They usually follow a simple routine: avoid notice, pick any lock barring the path, dig past obstacles, attack if caught. They're basically a thieves' dream. Thieves covered them for jobs specifically because they're really good at getting into
the
places.
dwarf invention.
Right.
Recent dwarf invention, I'm
They're
sure.
they're not like yeah, well, and they're not like super common either. They were the first dig widget came from the workshop of a Dwarven Thieves Guild, known as the Godak Grifters, apparently. And like, given the current state of dwarf society, I mean, any of you guys have been into Grey Rock, but if thieves guilds have been having a bad time in the Dominion, they're probably having an equally bad time over there, given the authoritarian nature of the reports we hear coming back from the sort of new law and order dwarf society.
Yeah, so I'm like a dig widget. Dwarven eating thing with all sorts of.
Oh, so it's a thing. It's not alive then.
It's most definitely just made a machine.
So it's junk.
I mean, if it's not moving, it's not working, then quite possibly.
Okay, I showed. Well, thought it was something interesting.
I mean, it could be useful.
I think you
Repaired,
can.
Potentially valuable as well, right? To the right.
but, yeah, but like I think how big is it again?
So it's a small creature. It's about the same size as you.
So I'm guessing we pack it in the bag of holding.
Well, back it in, and bring it past the authorities. And...
Is there a chance you can get it back to working again?
No idea. Never seen one.
Again, if all else fails, we could give it to, or some of our contacts later, and it could be useful in the larger scale.
Exactly. I'm sure someone can find some use for a try. Makes sense. Something has to be broken into. Oh, usually.
You might need that skill, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Alright. Well, get back to cooking, Holmes. Come on, I'm hungry.
Okay, I mean, it's been made. I don't know.
Okay. You guys,
to
is there
sleep.
anything else you need to care about? Yeah.
We make the other two keep the
Roll
whole
it
night's
through.
watch.
Don't know about that.
How come they're not doing any
Perception
investing rules? They better be doing this.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And let me look up commoner stats real quick. for those.
Wait, we need
Decent
we need
cooking.
Bromok to be subsisting now, right? No, is that?
We have plenty of food, but I can if we want
Okay.
to.
Okay. No.
She's lazy.
They had their own they have their own food. You don't have to worry about that.
They do the
I don't know
entertain,
what
right? The
they've got.
performance.
Is that any?
Yeah, the
There's
husband
only
is
one law
a
related to
dance
their
routine for
trade
us.
6.
No.
It's law though. It's not quite performance. It's not the same thing, is it? Yeah, the charisma is not great. No, I don't know performing.
Medicine.
Do they have like anything useful? They don't
They
really.
Probably
suck,
not.
got it.
Yeah, commoners, you know.
But
They'll
wait,
go
is
out and try and find some food. One of them will assist the
No.
other. So here comes the
Is
assist roll.
this repair
Again.
equipment new, by the way, Chris? Or that always been there?
That was always there.
Dude, that's busted. Why is Zom? Start preparing my fucking sword, boy. It's so good. +1 to hit. That's like a magic weapon right there.
By one party member to +1 to hit with their weapons, another +1 to
So
AC.
good. That's what it is. So hard
Yes,
to
you
get.
pick one person to give +1 to hit, and
That's
another
so
and one
good,
person
guys.
+1 to AC.
It's so good.
Okay, well, actually, as far as they're concerned, that's a pass. So because they ain't high level like you guys. So that's gonna give +2 on the second one, who then successfully manages it because of the
Wow,
assist.
there's
Oh,
such a perfect
they
couple.
work so well together, and they get like enough food for themselves.
For them.
Dude, I might get to crafting this so I can prepare my own sword. We should. But also bad at crafting.
Right. I mean, I can do things.
Cool. And then you guys spend the night.
Next couple of days.
I have more. A bigger pot.
Yeah, I'll actually speak up and I'll say,
peacefully.
Zolms, my shield. It's strong, but it's getting some scratches. I don't know. Do you know?
It's been really
Fix-
useful. Magical, right?
Well,
So
yeah.
apparently you can repair magic items just like
Yeah.
Sure, like.
Also, this
Sorry, what did you say?
isn't like magical in the sense of like an item with like magic runes on it. It's more, yeah, even then. Yeah, no, but like I say, even especially here, you can
Okay.
you can
can?
craft and
Yeah, you don't need
craft and
magical crafting to repair magic.
Okay,
You just need magical crafting to make them in the first place.
Yeah.
I can do it.
I guess I
Ah,
lent
it's-
you my repair kit. You know,
Yeah.
you need a repair kit, right?
Back helps. Back. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I did not. You know, I'm still with the whetstone. You know, you can have the rest. You don't need that for the shield.
I just need like a tiny hammer to knock out the dents.
Mhm.
Cool. So yeah.
Yeah, you roll. Are you fixing this now or remember doing it?
Shield's full HP again.
Yeah, you got to roll to repair.
Ah.
It just doesn't automatically just repair.
Oh, Zolms,
just
yeah,
a
can you roll
crafting-
to repair it with it?
Just a crafting check.
Roll
DCs.
that.
What's the DC of the shield? It's
Fucking
just a
shit,
normal shield,
bro.
actually, right?
+13, damn.
Dude. You should
Oh yeah,
definitely
that's high enough to repair it.
That's restore 5 HP, plus an additional
Yeah.
5 for each for proficiency ranking crafting. Are you a trained or expert?
Expert.
Oh, so much HP.
Okay, yeah, it's only full HP then. Sick, now I can actually maybe use my shield block reaction.
Let's go. Alright, and we encounter nothing.
Yeah, the night passes, and yeah, and you wake up to
Oh.
threatening weather. Like it's not raining yet, but there's some very sort of dark like thunderclouds that are sort of rolling towards you.
Suits my mood.
And it looks like the traveling might get a bit unpleasant in an hour or two.
Real weather here past me.
Just throw up my cloak a little bit higher.
During my daily preparations of me scowling at my spear, you can actually hear Leon say, "The weather reminds me a bit of the first time we've met."
I give him a sideways look.
I felt your anger yesterday, or maybe it was mine. It's hard to tell these days. Next time, I think I'll choose action.
Strap on my metal armor, look up scared at the lightning in the sky, and I'm like, oh, we're fine.
Instantly, 10 bolts of lightning.
I'm not the one who's pissed off they got, my friend.
And I actually... I mean, how tall are you back? Let's see, we're
6'4".
on the horse.
I'm 6'4".
You're definitely taller than me.
6'4" without raging.
6'4". I'm a good like 220 pounds. I'm a big boy.
Definitely higher up than yeah.
A chonker. Ah, so he's fine. You're riding next to a lightning rod, no problem.
Exactly.
I forget, we have like 3 fairly large guys, because Bromuk is 6'2".
Oh, big boy. We have a 3-foot goblin, just, you know.
Yep, exactly.
The real question is, when is he gonna like go on Raging Bromok's shoulders? Not Bromok, Raging Beck's shoulders.
Dude, hey, why goblin? I mean, fucking Leon could go on my shoulder. Alright, so I guess we gotta, like, if they're like family or whatever in the hex above, do they like at this point know like kind of the way? I guess just like we're entering that hex now. I guess so. It's like in this travel activity, we would be going there.
Yeah, exactly. You get there with this travel activity.
So they like are kind of telling us where to go, kind of thing.
Yeah, they're not completely certain, but like they've got sort of like a general idea. They've never been here, but they got like a general idea of where like where the farm is and what the building looks like and like the layout.
In this rough 20-mile radius, we can find it.
Do we need to be like reconnoiter the hex or anything to find it, or like it's
No,
Reconnoiter?
you won't need to. They know well enough to find it without having to
Okay, cool.
reconnoiter.
Cool. Yeah, I mean they say it's like it's 2 miles from the city, but like,
Sure. Yeah. So that's where we're going.
I mean,
Yeah.
guess so.
Cool.
Yeah,
Show me
let's drop
survival
them
then.
off.
Already did.
That's 20.
You already did a easy with this hex. Okay.
Nothing at all.
And yeah, you find nothing at all except an absolutely horrendous drenching.
Yeah.
But like no more than half an hour after you started traveling, the heavens just open, and honestly reduces visibility to like 30 feet for a while. It calms out a little bit in time for you guys like start looking around for this thing, but it's really heavy for like an hour even. The horses are pretty miserable. Like
Yeah, I'm not in a great mood.
heads down.
Not in a great
Like
mood.
everybody's pretty soaked to the bone.
Lovely.
And yeah, there's pretty serious thunder and lightning rumbling as well. Like, you know, we're talking like every sort of 20 seconds or so. Like it's not a calm day.
God, I look at the sky.
The wind isn't too
Yeah,
bad,
it's a
but
strike
it sort of
with
whips
lightning.
about.
You fucking
Ooh.
try it, bitch.
Alright, I'm daring it now.
You fucking try it, bitch.
That's not a good enough D100, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Fuck off, lightning.
Don't transfer.
Yeah, and we you guys move onwards, taking more and more directions from Hobart, Hobart, who seems like more familiar with traveling and knows where his wife's sister, you know, sort of is about. And like it's, you know, more basically, you know, around like the end of your first travel activity, so halfway through the day, you guys find yourselves making your way up like a sort of winding path to a. Well, I mean, you guys could like
when we
leave at
see
the
the
gate and
path,
so on,
yeah,
but
I'm not sure.
like they sort of stop at they kind of at the road and like, yes, you know, they gesture towards like a sort of winding path leading up to a farmhouse. They say, "This is it. Will you come in? You must surely want to get out of this weather."
Kinda.
We still
Give
have
Leon a look.
Yeah.
Please, we owe you
And
lunch at the very least.
the offer is much appreciated, but we do have, I mean, as you said, we want to get out of this, but we would also like to continue and make it as far as we can towards our final destination today.
Just a meal, though. You'd surely stop for lunch anyway.
Can I
That's the wife.
sense motive even though that doesn't work? Like, what is it?
They're lying.
Is there a lie?
I didn't hear Chris roll a deception check. They must be telling the truth.
Can you imagine if you just had, like, every encounter just like rolling deception
Yeah,
checks?
they
Like,
seem-
God.
They seem honestly just like keen to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be to pay you back in some way.
I mean, come on, bro. At least a cup of tea or something.
I kind of raised my eyebrow at you. It's like I thought we were.
Glass of water, crust.
That's kinda-
Just kidding. Sorry. Go full.
Yeah, discretion. I just kind of, I don't know. I for my body language, it's very clear. I
Alright,
disagree with
alright.
this.
Ah, you're right. We should move on.
Giant should have offered, but we can't.
Well, we'll be sad to see the back of you, but if you're ever coming through and there's any way we can be of service, please don't hesitate to beat the door down. We'll aid in any way we can. We seriously owe you our lives.
Of course.
No doubt we would be lost or dead long ago without your timely arrival.
When we can, we'll stop by.
Yeah, they sort of nod and also
Also,
keen
perception check there, Ellie.
say their goodbyes, and also keen to get out of the way. They sort of, without spending too long on the tearful goodbyes, sort of, kick their horses and trot up.
Terrible
down the
day,
path.
right?
It is.
Yeah. Alright. As they as out of earshot / gonna go. Let's go.
Look. I should get a coconut so I can make the horse sound.
What kind of horse is this?
The trolley.
There we go.
The horse playing the drums.
It's
like-
on the wooden floorboard. On the wooden floorboard.
And are we going, guys, northwest? I assume then into God's Hold.
No, we know. I would go here, and then probably I would rather spend a little time.
Okay,
in the
so
city, possibly,
southwest.
I guess. Yeah, and then
Sure.
yeah. So we'll have to camp out overnight, but whatever.
Okay, so give me your survival. as
Good.
you-
Already done.
Easy. Farmland traveling.
No, just
God!
Wait. Too many fucking. Where did Dawn patrol? You gotta help some of these fuckers.
They're busy off slaughtering goblins.
Someone in need. Oh,
Apparently, the goblin family, the goblins weren't enough in need for us to bother doing anything, Chris. So why even show us what's gonna happen? Clearly it's not worth helping.
Okay. Yeah, you.
I love that logic.
maybe it's just like a grandma needs to cross the road or something, you know?
Yeah. A kitten is stuck in a tree,
It's just a grandma. She's already burned to death. God, guys, we've got to move on.
Yeah,
think you were good,
moving on. Just running through farmland, and there's sites around. Obviously, it's like a good fair chunk of the fields have people working in them, and all of them classified as someone in need of aid. But you see, you see in the weather, there's a farmer in a field next to the road, who's basically his field is flooding. As the rain is much more torrential than really is typical around this time of year, and he's out there alone. It's just a small farm. Glancing back at this, it's possibly just one or two people in the would live in that farmhouse of that size, and he's furiously trying to hoe out an irrigation ditch to let some of the water drain, but he's got sort of a good 5 more meters of earth that he's going to have to dig through to get to the gully beside the road, and his field is already looking pretty sodden.
Only got one spade though, right? How are we gonna help?
It's true. He does only visibly have one hoe.
Not quite a pin.
Dig an irrigation ditch with a hoe. You wouldn't dig the ditch with a hoe.
Wouldn't
You would
you?
use a spade, right?
Wouldn't
For the
you? I
actual
feel
ditch.
you'd pull it and you'd stand there and just try and dig to try and get a
the hose
channel,
too
right?
small. Okay. I mean, I guess it depends how big or what it was. But
if you-
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, it's whatever the. I'm not a fucking farmer, but in my head I'm imagining a hose.
I think you use both, but one to...
It's whatever the specific farming tool you would use, dig a ditch. He's not just trying to dig a regular hole. He's very
He's not
much
using
trying
his
to
hands.
dig a gully ahead of the
Sure,
the water in the earth.
Okay. Kind of work. That's just a shame as I ride past.
Fair.
what time is it now? In the day?
It's got to be the weather. It's hard to know. You probably would only travel on another hour and a half. Like it's getting towards the end of the sort of the day of travel.
As back as sprinting past this, I'll right next to Promuk, and I'll say, it's looking like we're not making town today, anyways. Poor
I
guy
don't think
over
that
there.
was the plan originally.
He does look pretty desperate. Like,
That's Chris.
All right.
Relax. Stop trying to sell it so much.
Yeah, it's like I kind of
like
no
what's the difference
again.
between this guy and like every other farmer you rode past today who's like trying to do some work, and I feel like there is like a sense of like desperation to this guy's task.
My whole livelihood is being ruined.
His cabbages. His
Boo-hoo.
cabbages.
Oh God. So I kind of look over and says, "Yeah, let's go help."
Good heart. Come on back. We need your muscle.
I kind of look back and I kind of like mutter something under my breath. I just,
Part of the
shake my
job,
head
I'm
when I
afraid.
follow you.
Part of the job.
I just like look at you strangely and I'm like, I thought we were trying to avoid as little attention as possible around this area.
Alright.
It's
This
enough
is
to
not
help a
necessary.
farmer.
So this
Oh
is
yeah,
not
4
necessarily-
people heavily armed. If this guy knows anybody, sure, it's no risk whatsoever.
Yeah, and I said, and speaking of, bag of holding time.
I saw you like put the weapons in the bag.
Put your
I guess I
weapons
could.
Yeah.
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 You like grab my
So much
bow
fun.
and you're like, ah.
You want it in the bag? I take your bow.
Yeah.
If you insist. I kind of look at my great sword and I'm like, I'll have it out for now.
Come on.
Oh my God.
And the short
I
sword.
didn't say bag of holding time either.
Yeah.
There's no need to get intimate. There's no need to mention names.
And
even.
again, the difference here is that this is one man. There's not an order of dawn patrol. We're not killing anything. It's merely helping out. It can
That's
only
good.
be good for us.
A small
in the
pebble in
I
a
kind of
pot.
shrug. It can't only be good. Surely, what if their brother or somebody's in the Order of Dawn and I just kind of like cut off and like thinking we're meant to lay a low possible and then saying 4 of us wearing heavy armor, traveling clearly a long distance is a good
2
idea.
of us wearing heavy armor. But yes.
2 of us wearing heavy armor, someone else wearing armor. Clearly, I mean, we're clearly well-equipped travelers. You can't deny that. The fact you think that there's no risk in talking to someone when we don't know anything about them, how could that be no risk? I just shake my head at that. It's like you saw there was risk when if we eliminate the Dawn, it's not like there's going to be anyone to talk about it. Sure, but we gotta hid the bodies in the fucking warren for what they found, and they were so they killed by goblins. Just when you're too chicken shit to make a fight where you're not sure we're gonna win. Don't say it's because it's for better good than saving lives. And I kind of like just like storm off across the field towards the farmer.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. And I just kind of look over at Leon. I'm like,
He
seems a little more upset than normal. And again, I'm like, probably the weather.
Why
got
don't you
some-
just help him dig the ditch and then kill the farmer?
No, I'm thinking about it.
Here's the-
Thinking about who's going to go in this ditch, Chris.
as you're like
No
as
more
you're
problems.
like storming on over, like he doesn't even seem to notice your approach. He's completely focused on his task. But as you're coming over, like so as you're about halfway there, you see him like sort of collapse to the side, not like dead, but like sort of sagging to the side. Chest heaving, like clearly at like the limits of physical endurance. With still like another sort of like good 4 meters of digging to go.
Okay, I'll kind of just like grunt as like, it looks like you need a hand. I'll kind of grab the hoe out of his hand, like grabbing the arm, waiting for a response.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
sure. He doesn't even notice you like approaching, so he just like looks up at you completely in surprise as you sort of grab this and what, you just go to town on it.
A fucking towel, like taking out all my anger on the fucking
All
ditch,
right,
sort of thing.
all right. Show me athletics.
Fucking 23. Oh, sorry, OGM.
23 GM. Yeah. Okay. So you're making really good progress. Tearing up this earth. What are the others doing, by the way?
Well-
like while this is going on.
I kind of hold
I'll
Bron
say-
back for a moment. I'm like watching this.
Zoms,
As he's
can you
raging.
GR me a crafting check?
I'm thinking about raging for the increased ability to get more. I just use my hands then, like shuffling it out.
Wouldn't
Yeah.
the hoe get bigger in your hands? If you...
Oh my god! it's genius.
Okay, Zoms, you're like sort of, you're like up close yet because, Beck's the one that went over there. You guys are still kind of hanging out, but just eyeing up the situation in your kind of particular Zoms way. You reckon if you rigged 3 or 4 flasks of alchemist fire, you could clear that ditch lickety-split.
4 cast damage.
Just, as a...
Let Leon work out the hate.
Your option crosses your
yeah,
mind.
back.
Beck, rather. As Beck's like, yeah, just the option crosses your mind that it would be possible to do that.
How long do you think this is going to take me, Chris?
Beck seems to be, honestly, at the rate you're going, like 5 or 10 minutes. Like,
Oh.
you're going to go pretty quickly. Like, you're just like chucking, like showering earth all over the poor
It
farmer.
goes up to do all the fucking time. I don't fucking give a shit.
Not stepping between the angry barbarian and
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, you clear it out. You clear it out and in short
Can I
order.
like say shit to me while I'm doing this, or like?
Yeah, I mean, after the first minute, he like starts asking, "Thank you. Who are you? Do I know you?
I just
can't pay you,
like,
though."
I don't care. I just like keep going.
Okay.
Can't pay. I
Yeah.
don't give a shit. And I just like, you know, as soon as I'm done, I can just like toss the hoe on the ground next to him, just like get inside. And I can,
Yeah, but
like,
while he's doing that, like,
Yeah,
I'm
the
assuming
husband,
that
like,
Leon and I
scuttles
come
off
up and
carrying
just,
the hoe.
yeah, I do ask if he has other tools like that we could use to help. Like, I don't want it to actually be Beck the entire time by himself if possible.
Okay, I mean, Beck seems pretty happy to be Beck the entire time. But he's making like really good progress. Like,
I mean, Beck is
sure.
never happy to be Beck ever.
Sure.
So
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, like any other tools. And he just kind of like, he just kind of like shrugs wordlessly and like gestures towards Beck, who's just like, "Ugh, ugh, ugh."
Yeah.
That's a tool right there.
I'll actually say back with Zoms, like out
You'll
of
say it back with
eyesight.
Zoms. Okay, sure. Yeah, like if he like glanced over and looked, he could probably spot you, but he doesn't seem to be like at all looking around in a thunderstorm. He
Yeah.
seems to be completely sort of bamboozled and focused on what's going on in front of him.
I'll ask Zoms while we're watching this. Like, hey Zoms, you've been traveling with Beck a little longer than the rest of us. Does he?
Not that much longer, a little bit. But yeah, sure.
Yeah, has he ever shown that mood before?
What, anger? Frustration?
Well,
Oh, no.
I've grown familiar with his anger, but
That's
this
the secret.
Always angry. Yeah, by the way, I'm guessing that I'm helping out just like with a hammer and like, you know, a pit, something that can like break
you
up
just, like,
stones if they're in the way.
You don't really want to get in like in.
Yeah, you get too close, your hands
So
come
you
up.
like,
Right,
you
right.
like go to like the other, you like work on it from the other end basically. You like,
Yeah.
you like, well, yeah. I mean, I guess what do you got like a short sword, right, or something? I can't remember. What
Yeah,
kind
I
do you
think I have a short sword and then I have a light hammer and then my actual working hammer and
So
just
you
like
don't
I can
really
have like
great
climbing
tools for,
gear.
like, digging with, but like you got tools that you can like soften up the earth with. I
Right.
imagine. So you basically like
Yeah.
come at it from the other side and make like Beck's job easier when he gets to that.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the line that's there, and if I notice any big rocks, like they have to get
Sure,
broken up.
yeah,
Because obviously,
yeah,
a hoe
okay.
is not great for breaking through
Yeah.
rocks.
Yeah,
Okay, so you
exactly.
like examine the path ahead and like clear it out to make it an easy dig fit. Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Save them sometimes you don't have to stop and like move rocks.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's it doesn't take. Yeah, like I said, it takes like less than 10 minutes. And you just like throw the hoe back at him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there.
You like
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
just skewers
Yeah.
him with the hoe.
I mean, by the time you finish, like there's like a fair like gush of like water, like someone's left to tap on is running out of the field, for a while. You see it draining. It's pretty, yeah. But like it's definitely done the trick. You like give it a couple more like chugs to make sure it's fully open, and then just like toss it down next to him. And
Yeah, and just tell him to get inside.
he like
Just,
he like nods in terror and like scuttles off towards his farmhouse.
yeah.
Yeah. I think you did technically help Bromok, but I'm gonna give the hero point to Beck on this one. Just so when you-
That's fine.
hero point down on it.
That's good.
You-
But
you
I'm
can-
All good.
You can have it next session if you want to. instead of this session.
Nice.
But yeah, that's your person in need. You help him in the most
I helped
aggressive.
him. I'm angry.
Exactly.
I'll show him not to need help again.
Yeah, he was helped and intimidated. It's like it's amazing.
I mean, I get back to like horse as I call them, and mount and just still look pretty fucking pissed off. But I like instantly start just like following the path again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, we barely go like another 45 minutes. to an hour before
You guys,
setting
you
up
guys
camp.
Go on a bit further. Really, like what you're really doing is getting out of like vision of this guy because you don't want him to like sort of be thinking about
Right.
your party too
Yeah.
much. You had a good way down the road.
What a strange young man that
Further.
was.
You're not that young anymore, right?
Hey now, I expect this guy's old, or he should be able to fucking do this work. But yeah, I guess we set up camp again. Yeah, I mean, I'm just clearly in a very like sour mood though. The whole evening. It's like frowning at my feet the whole fucking time.
I'll keep my distance for most of the night, but I'll will like after dinner come stand next to you for a second, and I'll be like, "You wanna talk?"
I just kind of like look at you and it's like, shit, maybe like we made a mistake yesterday.
I feel it in my bones as well.
You know what I saw when I was riding away, Leon? The fuckers were laughing. They were carrying a body and fucking laughing. This is the scum we're letting live because we decided too much of a risk. I just spit on the ground. I'm like, I don't give a shit what the dragon says. There's gonna be more of us. It doesn't matter if I die and 3 of them die. It's a fucking good trade in my eyes.
I don't know about that, but I do. I mean, you've heard me before. I want to make them suffer, and we will. Next time we come across a situation like that, let's make them pay.
We better. I just nod, and then I like, then I go around.
And then I'll slap you on the shoulder.
Actually, we're rolling all these camp things, by the way. Are you guys actually camping out? Because you could stay at an inn now that you're in farmland.
Oh.
I'm
too angry to be in an inn. I don't want to
Yeah.
tonight.
We're just gonna get
Like the heat from his forehead would burn the place to the ground.
I'll say like at the end, that's some damn nice farm work you did there. Next round of beers on me.
As I pay for it because I have the money.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I give it to you to pay for him. It's fine. But yeah, it's like.
Man, he's almost having good food again.
How much is it, by the way, like for the night for all of us, combined like private rooms / meals and stuff for the party?
Private room for all of us? Like we're like.
Well, I mean, again, we're like the
private
two.
rooms each.
Yeah.
So... Oh, sorry, not 2 each. We need 2 between the party.
we go
Like,
big. We rent this whole place out.
Like, I mean, it lists like private room for 2, like as if there's nothing more that exists. Like,
Yeah.
if
I'm
you,
sure
like,
you can get like.
private room for 4 for like a gold and a half makes sense to me in that context. Like 1 gold, 5 silver. It's like, you know, a bit less than 2 private rooms for 2.
Man, I don't want to be too like meta gamey or some shit, but I really do think the crafting downtown activity is like a busted as fuck. Just saying.
Yeah.
It's like it's good. It's good.
So
But
you
like,
said
it's
it's one-
crafting. It's like, but I evaluated like, I mean, apart from obviously law cookery, which is like, what the hell? Who has that? Like, it's
I'm just saying if I
it's on the list of like
convince
how
you
many
lot to be
people have this
interested.
shit like
Yeah.
trained, you know.
So how much was it total? If we wanted actual private rooms tonight, I think it's
Gold
worth
and
it.
a half. But I thought we wanted
Each?
in it. We are no
Sleeping, we're
total.
sleeping outside.
Total
are
gold
sleeping
and a half for the
outside?
party.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
I
never
like the
mind.
weather. I liked the weather.
Okay. Okay.
It'll cool me
I mean,
down. It'll cool
Everything
me down.
about you says you hate this more than normal, so I don't know if I agree.
The weather is just... It's coincidence.
Yeah.
Then it's
You
something
don't feel particularly in tune with the religious elements tonight, Leon. You wonder if perhaps the rain has been sent as a punishment for you.
there.
But
Wow.
that's you know, you kind of dismiss it as
that sounds
nothing.
about right. The gods are that petty. Like
Yeah, you think about it for a
It's
second.
a
and
god, you know.
you kind of dismiss it as narcissistic. Like, there's no way they're gonna do that to me, right?
Right?
You know, rain on everyone just for me.
You look like 10 meters away. There's no rain. It's only on
Um,
that It's like,
The camouflage is looking good. The cooking is tasting good. And Beck, always these perceptions.
I know.
As he's scowling at the ground, like.
yeah, I'm just
spot,
like piece of shit ground.
as you're sort of looking around the farmland, there's yeah, like it's still drizzling, but like the thunderstorm is like cleared up over the course of the day. It's still just like it's like you can see now off into the distance, and yeah, like you see like maybe a mile and a half down the road, there's like a large looking estate. Like it looks like an area of not like cultivated farmland, but like even like, you know, just a nice like pleasant sort of greenery around. Yeah, like a building, or more like a compound of buildings, like a front gate and like an inner courtyard and like several buildings around the edge. Looks like a nice sort of a place probably like a rich family lives, or yeah, like possibly even, or might even be like I don't know, like a farmers guild hall or something, or like a local sort of equivalent for like a meeting place for things. Yeah, so you just notice it, and as you're watching, at first you're like, oh, it might just be, was that just like lightning again? But no, you're looking closer and you see like there's flashes of light, like occasionally sort of different colors, once like green, once red, once white, once blue, like flashing at irregular intervals from the windows of one of the buildings.
Huh. Okay, I'll kind of like watch it if like 15, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that? And then like.
Sure. Like, yeah, actually, you catch it and you're watching it 15, 20 seconds, and then after that, like, it stops. It's like, like a few seconds delay and like a 10-second pause, and then like a few times in quick succession, and a bit of a delay, and then once again, and then it stops.
Okay, so I'm on up. Yeah, I kind of just be like, just not like, just mention to the others, I guess when I like, I don't know if I'm really going that far away from the camp when I,
Sure, yeah.
Anyway, when I get back, I'll just be like, don't know what it was, but saw something not too far from here, maybe a mile. It's like fancy building, and there were some flashes of light. I don't know much about magic, but if I had to guess what it was, it'd be that. Those bright colors. Don't know what else it would be.
They were coming out of the house.
Yeah, it's like a big old estate, and they were just from the windows I could see multicolored, kept changing. Didn't last long though. Don't know if it's some powerful magic or something. Either way, we should probably. I mean, I kind of like. I look at the camp, like it's well camouflaged. I know already. I'm assuming pretty small and far away, and I don't think they shouldn't be any trouble. Like far enough away, I don't think they should better see us camped out here, even if we were on their property. But just what you should know.
We're still technically like outside of city. Are there many like estates like this around, Chris, or have we seen many?
Not a lot. You pass like a couple a day when you're traveling through farmland. Like it's definitely like outside of like the sort of typical wealth range. Of,
I would assume like they own all the land. Like the land we're like I assume we're like camped in a field right now.
Probably, you're like
actually.
So you guys are probably on the very edge of like their sort of estate. They don't even have like a high field, but it's like you guys kind of came to the edge of like farming fields and found a field that was just like well tended grass and like nice trees and stuff. Like it seems like a place where we're gonna like not camp on someone's crops. And then like off in the distance, you didn't really think about it too much at the time. You could like see the main like the main center of it. And as you were sort of looking around, you got a better vantage on it, and that was when, as you were doing your scouting, and that's when you happened to spot the sort of the weird lights.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think. Hopefully, we can just not disturb them or whatever, but something happening there.
Zoms, do you have any idea of what that could mean? Random flashes in the night coming from.
I try to like remember exactly what the colors were, and I recite them. Like I think it was blah blah.
Yeah, you like describe them as best you can, like there's because like it wasn't just it's like a kind of light blue and then like a sort of weird. Yeah, okay, you like
Let's you could roll something, Chris. I don't know.
Yeah, you can roll Arcana. Give me a GR Arcana. Oh. Wow.
Oh my.
It's probably from the way it's described.
It's probably a rainbow.
It sounds okay. You don't like it's. I mean, you draw pretty well, but it's still impossible to know. Like what? Okay, you can determine that the school of magic being cast is occult.
Oh, cool.
It's not arcane.
It's definitely some.
Your intense knowledge of Arcana, you're like it's not. It's not that kind of spell casting.
Okay.
And what's more, which one it is. It's not nature or religion either.
Primal.
Some occult magic happening. It's not like it at least.
Yes. What is it called? I'll pretend I know nothing about magic. What's that actually mean?
I would say that's. Well, it could be good, it could be very bad. As in,
Oh my.
So you say it's occult. What does that mean?
It's just the school of magic, but it's more the school of magic that's a bit. It's not evil per se, but I would say
I'll read this out.
There are creatures.
Zombies would know enough about occultism to be able to put this into words.
To
be honest, I'm not into all.
Yeah, I have no idea.
What it says here says the practitioners of occult traditions seek to understand the unexplainable, categorize the bizarre, and otherwise access the ephemeral in a systematic way. Bards are the most iconic occult spellcasters, collecting strange esoterica and using their performances to influence the mind or elevate the soul. And occult sorcerers strive to understand the mysterious powers in their blood.
And he was like that. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, like, but yeah, basically.
Simplified.
But
Try to
weird.
simplify it,
But
obviously.
weirdos.
That's pretty
Got a
weird.
small
Yeah,
brains.
They're like weirdos, got it.
Well, I mean, knocking on that door seems a bit traumatic.
Oh yeah, not.
Let's see, let me pull up the laws in this world again.
The code strictly forbidden.
Carrying a private weapon, entering leave a town, potential for a capital crime. That doesn't say anything about like magic and practicing all that.
You need to be registered, right? That's the thing.
Well, you need to like register in the annual census.
I thought magic you said do something special.
Ah, that's what I do.
Okay. I swear.
I think
Chris
so.
furiously trying to remember what he wrote. Do. So.
I wouldn't be surprised if like any type of like offensive magic is basically just banned outright.
Failing to do. Yeah, I might put something about magic in there because there seemed to be like a bit of a missing piece of the set of laws. But yeah, I don't think spellcasters are required to be registered.
No, you do have so in the Order of the Dawn General.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that's right. Put it. So they are required to be registered. Yeah.
It does say spellcasters are required to be registered along with the most powerful classification of spell that they are able to produce.
That's right. Yeah, I remember thinking of that. Yeah. Okay. I remember. It's like I'm trying to. So yeah, I should actually. I'll copy paste that straight into here because that's obviously relevant here too. From the.
Good thing none of us are casters.
Magic branch. Yeah.
Through that.
Right, but yeah, it's like I kind of show. Like, I mean, I don't know if it really matters, but it's always mention it.
Yeah, Lean wouldn't think much more of it.
Yeah, I guess we go to sleep.
Okay.
So before we go to bed, though, I actually go over to Leon, just kind of for a quick conversation to say, yeah, I've been having some thought. We got here much faster than I think we originally anticipated, and probably that the Resistance would have expected. Didn't encounter a lot of struggle along the way in terms of eating up time.
Yeah, I mean, you can read a map.
How do you feel about hunting down that Order of Dawn patrol from the other day? I guess it's just yesterday, right? Like,
oh, wow.
yeah. Pretty sure.
It was from yesterday morning, and it's now this evening. So it was like a reasonable amount of time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But
you're also feeling that twang of regret in the back of your mind.
Twang.
A little bit, but I also just think if Leon's going to continue his current streak about that one decision, it might just be worth it for that.
Like Beck piece of shit.
Yeah, basically, like if Becca's still going to be a little bitch about this, we should probably just like let's just get this over with now, so he can move on to bitching about something else. But there's definitely like you would immediately kind of sense just like that underlying. There's some truth to like for Leon in the like not for Leon, sorry, for Beck in this, but also there's like. I don't like the fact that we moved on. Like, I think it was the right call in the moment, but we can now go back. That we don't have to worry necessarily about like the two people we were with.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm in. Look, this doesn't make me feel good talking about killing people in cold blood like this. I used to be someone who avoided violence at any cost, which was hard as a guardsman, you know.
I would imagine.
But what we saw yesterday, they deserve it.
Again, I don't consider this cold blood. This is retribution.
That does make it sound
horrendous
better,
acts
it's true.
done.
This isn't murder. This is justice.
Exactly. Nothing more, nothing less.
I like that ring a lot more. Alright, if you're saying we have the time, then I think we should.
I mean, it's either way, right? We could get on to our final destination sooner. But again, I think this is kind of wearing on all of us a little bit, and might be worth the, day trip. Maybe more.
It's good thinking, bro. Are you sure you're not cut out for a leadership position? I really think you have it in you.
100%.
Alright.
No.
You seem to know people pretty well, though.
I'm good at saying things. That's about it.
Alright, do you want to at least give back the good news then?
I think we can do it in the morning. I'd rather him just have the night's rest. Cool his head a little bit.
Alright.
Not that that ever seems to work. It's the same temperature always.
Like while sleeping, he's just yelling like, ah.
Swinging the sword in my sleeve, just like.
Does he even close his eyes, or just like a mad, angry glare while he sleeps, while caressing his sword?
That's the important bit.
And then again, even while he sleeps, you just like see him grow. It's really awkward. Okay. Yeah, so that's all. I'd say in the morning we'll tell him. Or I mean, we'll bring it up. If everyone's against it.
Chris can just roll Order Dawn Patrol and then say it's a patrol from the other day that found at the night, and then
Just
be like,
randomly.
beautiful.
I mean, if there were a patrol like that evening, it totally would have been that, going past. That's what we get.
You're still laughing like, ha ha ha.
No.
Nothing though.
Nothing at all.
Also, go in farm. Oh, you said in farmland.
Yeah. In farmland, they've got it set up at inns, so
Yeah.
I just use planes if you camp out.
That's good. In the morning, I mean, I'm like a little better than yes. Like, I'm not as angry, but I'm still not in a degree. How's the weather like today?
It's cleared up a lot actually.
Oh, that makes me upset for.
Like you like now.
What are you, a
see
woman?
properly into the distance and kind of get a view of God's Hold itself.
Maybe
You can see the city itself is a large city relative for the area, ringed by a 15-foot stone wall, punctuated by a square turret every 500 or so feet, each twice as high as the wall they watch over. Outside the walls, the urban sprawl extends for nearly half a mile before becoming farmland proper, and the rest of this is about what's inside, which you can't really make out from here.
In terms of going to cities when you get checked for see if people are watching, is that when you're inside the walled city, not just the urban area? Like if it was the urban area.
It's I mean, the law is enforced if they happen to come across you everywhere within the district of God's Hold, all 4 hexes, but the only place where there's I guess if you go to the keep as well, basically anywhere there isn't a wall, they don't have guards able to check out on you. So for example, Hut Hill is not inside the walls. It's a large industrial park that sprawls right up to the walls of God's Hold from it is on a sort of pretty typical symmetrical hill that you guys can see. Rise above you. Many factories and manufacturing plants producing a wide range of goods belch or trickle various waste products into the surrounding area, creating a thin, noxious fog that runs slowly down the gentle slopes and dissipates across the surrounding land. So it's a slight haze kind of sitting over it, but if you watch, is in slow motion, sort of flowing off and running across the plains.
Yeah. In the morning, just kind of pack up a normal, do a little bit of sword sharpening.
A little bit of sword sharpening. If you know what I mean.
Which again, is really just your magical sword probably cutting through the whetstone.
That's okay. That's okay.
A little bit of whetstone blunting, and then we go.
Exactly.
The magical whetstone.
I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. Where you guys, give back the good news.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess
So as we're clearing up camp, kind of gesture with Leon towards Beck. I head over to have that conversation. I mean, I obviously would grab Zoms as well because might as well get everyone.
Let Zoms know we made the decision about him. Yeah. I agree.
So I just say, last night I was having a thought. Talked with Leon, decided obviously your input is just as valuable, but leaving that Order of Dawn Patrol yesterday is still not sitting well. I don't think with any of us. And I think considering how quickly we got here, we have a little bit of spare time. Leon and I are both in agreement. We'd like to go after that patrol.
I can say better late than never, I think.
My main
Psalms?
concern was the prying eyes we were traveling with, which we've dealt with. I think we should.
I mean, I agree with Liam. That was one of the problems.
Also, if we're able to plan ahead, we can maybe create an ambush for them if we're able to track them at all.
Ambushes are always good. Yeah, let's do this.
It also gives us a little more time to try to come up with, especially now, if we catch them soon and remove them, to discuss what we are going to tell any Order of Dawn soldiers at the gates. Where did we come from? Why are we here?
Well, from what Zom said about the factory district, I don't think we should have to go through the gate, right?
You're muted, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you. Obviously, like, anything, you could go there and it could be like, oh yeah, Gaspari, his house is in but like, if you guys are imagining you're just gonna have to go to one of the factories, like, you probably want to stick your weapons in bags and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, because you probably, unless you like happen across like them in the street, you probably aren't gonna have to interact with any Order of the Dawn.
So it's not going to be quite like it was back in.
It's basically
Morheim,
it's outside. Yeah, so if you go into, basically you've got this hex is like the actual walled city. It's got like a 15-foot stone wall, like turrets, gates. Like that's what it would be illegal to enter without like passing through the gates. Like serious. This is like, I mean, it's just. The Order of the Dawn would love to, enforce like across, because this whole metropolitan area is considered God's whole like legal jurisdiction and stuff. They'd love to be able to enforce, but it's an issue of practicality for them. They just don't have walls around industrial. And like, really, if they had the resources to build a wall there, then they'd be much better spent using those resources on like the border, at, like fortifications and stuff. So it's just not a priority. So yeah, that's
Cool.
And the same goes for Fairdale on the far side. You can't remake it out from where you are, but like it's outside the walls of God's Hole.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, if you want
to. For the day, then the plan is to go southeast and try to catch up with that Dawn Patrol.
Okay. Yeah, if you like succeed on a navigation check, then you don't need to reconnoiter. I assume the first place you're going to go is the site of the goblin.
Yep, go from there.
Burning, and that was it was in this hex, right?
Yep.
And you went immediately north. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Ooh,
easy. No. Yeah, you like just pick out the most efficient like diagonal route through the countryside, and yeah, like after 2.5 hours, you're already riding down like a familiar tract of road, and then like not long after that, you sort of like it's just 3.5 hours of traveling. You're you see like it's completely, it's not smoking or even smoldering anymore, but you see like the kind of sad humped over lump of what was once the mound that was burning off in the distance. And you got, even from here, you can kind of make out next to it, like the pile of bodies that you saw being like stacked up is like a charred sort of blackened mess.
Is there any way, like the pile isn't gonna noticeably be bigger than when we left, right?
Not noticeably. Like, I mean, it's one or two more goblins would be hard to know, but it's not like it's not like there's like 10 more added on or anything.
Okay. Well, it looks like they don't have many more victims, at least after we arrived next morning.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we begin the process of trying to track them down. So we know, obviously, like, at least one of them would have been right next to that because they had to throw the bodies on. So track it from there to horses, from that
you
to
like
something
you like
else.
make your way.
last night.
Sorry.
It advanced a lot, which kind of makes
It did. It's gonna make it difficult, but
we have faith in you.
You guys head on over to like the like off the road and over to where it all was and start looking around the area, sort of miniature version of Aragorn looking for Merry and Pippin, sort of dealio. Yeah, so just like generally investigating. Firstly, looking at the bodies, all of them look like they were killed with edged weapons and then like stacked up and burned.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like between sort of 8 and 9 goblins on this pile.
Okay.
Is anyone like you're just looking for tracks? Or anyone investigate like the actual burned like burrow itself, or
is there a goblin helmet I can kick and break my toe?
I was gonna make
there's certainly some kind of like sort of rust going around somewhere.
Dropped on my knees.
But like, yeah. So like, does anyone want to check out the actual site where you are, or is this we're just looking for the door?
A little bit, because I guess what I'm wondering is, do they do like the whole old, fucking insane Christian thing of like nailing something to the door, like what the condemnation was against this hovel and this grave?
No, they don't seem to have. Like it, yeah. Like the hole just sort of like goes back and down a little bit, and sort of like looking into someone's mouth, really, like just disappears down a sort of. It would be really uncomfortable for like a medium, well, not really, but a medium creature would be kind of like kneeling / crawling to get through here.
Blonde, if you want to go inside the smoked out, it's fire.
Go check out if there's any more of your now smoked and dead kin inside. No, we're not asking that.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I definitely was not asking that in character.
Yeah.
I'm just like standing away from Warlock to, do the
Okay.
track.
Yeah. So you're just tracking her around. Okay.
Yep.
Sure. Give me
Is there a risk if I try and help out to make it worse? There is.
I don't think even a critical. Maybe a critical age does fuck you up.
I think it does.
I think it's a minus. Yeah. Probably.
Okay. Yeah. So potentially yes.
So it's a 1 out of 20 chance to fuck it up.
I'll try to help. I'm like pretty good survival.
Yeah. This is just to find the tracks first.
Oh, is that a critical fail?
It is not a critical fail. No.
You got it.
Oh!
It was destiny. It wasn't shining on us today.
Yeah, you find the tracks. Yeah, very easily. And like get a good idea of the direction they've headed off in.
Goblin belt.
So you can like have a +2 bonus as well on your now a check to to follow them, which I assume you're going to increase with your.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So plus front total.
Out of interest, it looks like they traveled on foot. I mean, I'll ask one more.
Yes, it looks like they traveled on foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see it.
Although, like the direction of the tracks, it looked like they headed back towards the road. So you're not certain like how easy they're going to be follow once you...
Are they heading north? Towards which X roughly?
So they look like they're angled towards the road as if they were heading. How to phrase this so it's not confusing? Like as if once you guys had passed them the first time, they like went to the road and then went the opposite way to the way you guys had continued onwards. You guys were going on towards Godhold. Yeah, no. It's like not by road. I mean, it's not like it's just the path through this land. It's not like it's not cobbled. It's not like sort of milestoned and so on. It's just like sort of I mean, I'd say it's slightly more than that. It's got like wagon ruts a little bit in it and stuff where like people have come along, but it's certainly not like in any sense maintained or looked after.
I mean, there's barely any reason someone would be on the road here, right? Like it's
sure, yeah.
Going kind of thing.
It's just kind of if you've got like something with wheels or even if on mounts, it's just like as long as it's going roughly the way. As you guys travel through plains, you're sort of like it's a 50-50 between like following a convenient track that's going the right way and then like it sort of turns off to the wrong direction and you guys just kind of cut off it and go across open plains for like even a day or two sometimes before you pick up another one. Like it's just haphazard.
Cool.
But yeah, so like the way they angled back towards the road, it looks like they were planning on like then heading off down it, like southwards basically.
So straight south for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. No. So I will re-roll it.
Oh, probably a good choice.
The green and the red.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go. So okay.
30.
Wow. Yeah.
A man on a mission.
You fucking nail it pretty hard. Like even once you get to the road, like you find it. Like it's like crazy traveled, and even though it's rained, like they're pretty heavily armored. Their boots are like thick, and you can easily, even if you sort of lose track of them for a while, it's pretty easy. Like after sort of another, you just continue down the road because like where the else would they gone? And like 5-10 minutes later, you find like the same heavy armor shod. It's like them or some other Order of the Dawn.
Yeah, thematically, can I also say just because they're probably one of the few people traveling, but also it's probably going to be something small, right? Like that. Because of a 30, like I pick out specifically, which is like one of them has a boot that was repaired a certain way that leaves a very distinctive mark.
Yeah, you
it's like some small little shit. That's what I'm really catching on.
Yeah, like you sort of as you examine their tracks, you pick out that like the lieutenant has like a different set of boots, like I don't know, he's wearing a different type of armor or something. And like that's sort of more common, like less common through. It's like even occasionally you see like another just like random, maybe even like month-old or the Dawn for that's just like sat around like near the side of the road or something. In dried mud, but like you follow the tracks of these guys pretty consistently. I mean, picked out like exactly sort of which set they are. And yeah, they are indeed like heading off south.
Cool. So we
you
follow.
them. Obviously, no survival check required. Simply following tracks. Like it's okay. No, survival check for following tracks has already been told. What a stupid thing to say. No survival check required following tracks.
You off.
But yeah, like you don't need to navigate into this hex because you're just going where the tracks lead you.
While we're traveling, I'll ask Brom, what's the plan once we meet up? Do we charge in? Do we set a trap?
Already stretching.
I think it'll depend on if it's still just the 3 of them. I think the 4 of us could easily take them. I do think that. So it's kind of a rush in. If they've joined a larger group, potentially we need to work on ambush or something.
Think about it. All right.
Okay.
We'll be ready.
Sort of mid-afternoon, you guys. Well, I guess you would consider it a stroke of luck. You're just following the tracks, and you find a place where they like camped down, presumably for like that evening. Which is not the stroke of luck, but like as you sort of examine it and look around the campsite, it seems like they were here for a while and just stay the night. They might even have been here like a full day afterwards. They have moved on by now, but like just in terms of catching up with Quarry, like the tracks leading away from here are much warmer, and they're actually heading in a completely different direction, like almost as if they had like new orders, or you don't see any other tracks of anything approaching who would have given them new orders, but like or some new piece of information, because like it seems in the morning they headed off straight northeast.
Okay. I mean, technically that's now 2 hexes we have to camp, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you guys follow. This was mid-afternoon, so you follow their tracks in that direction a bit more. Like hoping to find them over the course of the day, but like by the time it's sort of like properly dark, you're still just following tracks.
Sure.
Let's see, hustling. If we can ambush them in the night.
Out of interest, by the way, there were 3 healing potions. Who actually took one?
I took one.
I assume I would take one.
Okay.
I didn't take any. So.
Yeah, I guess I'll take the last one, just so I know if I should add on.
Got better healing potions than that.
Yeah.
But I have my own elixirs.
No, alright.
Yeah. So night checks. Or are we gonna try to push on in the middle of the night to try to catch them?
And I mean, we think it was warm, but it like might not be that warm. Like, it's
but the other thing is, if they're traveling by foot, they can't have gotten far because it's only been a day.
Yeah, they can't really go on. And if we travel through the night on horseback, man, I mean, the real question is like, what are the negatives in this decision for like? Can we do that? Can we go like that?
Okay, you were looking up hustling, right?
Yeah, but that's you can move at double my travel speeds. But
okay, what's the ruling? Like, how does it?
You can hustle only for a number of minutes equal to Constitution modifier times 10, minimum 10 minutes. If you're in a group that's hustling, use the lowest Constitution. But
what is fatigue in this?
Yeah.
Look it up.
If you don't get your sleep for long rest type thing,
yeah, but
then I think you become.
We start to be fatigued or like.
I don't think so. But
I think you actually just get like fatigued 1 or something like that.
Fatigued, you're tired and can't summon much energy. Yeah, so it's by step by step. Okay, like what I'll say is if everyone wants to push on, we can do. I mean, I'm sure this isn't strictly the rules, but we can do fortitude saving throws, and anyone who fails will be a fatigued 1. This seems like a reasonable way to run it.
Sure.
So the cat goes more than 16 hours without going to sleep, they become fatigued. 16 hours.
So that means we need if we go an extra.
I mean, that's just
few
like
hours.
if you don't. Yeah.
If we normally, I mean, how long's the normal?
Normally have 8 hours. Right?
Yeah, 8 hours.
Yeah, I'd say 8 to 10 hours plus hour or 2 in the morning of wake, and then 2 or 3 hours in the evening after. So it sort of adds up to. Probably you don't stay awake 16 hours every day. Most days it's probably 14 or 15. So depending on. Okay, let's put it like this. If you guys wanna, you guys could say. If you guys want to squeeze in a bit of extra time, see if you can catch up. You could I don't want to do this. Forgo. Okay, I'd say forgo the resting. Rolls at camp in the night. Saves us a good amount of time. So that'll buy you some more travel time. Yeah. Okay. Well, sure. Okay. I say one. I think we can fit in one more travel action, just because your travel actions are in a 4-hour thing. Like it'll be getting pretty sketch for some of you, but like whatever. We don't need to count pennies on this. I'll just say one more travel action is
We
what I
don't
will
need
today. Like obviously through the night, so like
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So another survival then?
No, we're still following the same tracks, and like you had such a lock on them. With like the critical successes, I think you can just follow them all the way up to like unless they do like something radical, which they haven't.
Radical.
You just follow them onwards. And yeah, after only travel activity, you consider like 4 hours of traveling for you guys to get to a hex. You've only been going for like 2/3 of that. When the tracks like turn off the road, well, not off the road, but like head off the path. And actually, as you sort of like examine off that direction in the distance, you don't see any fires. But like there's a slight like hint of kind of pungent smoke on the air. Like there's a fire burning out there somewhere in that direction. Like comes to you on the breeze.
Yeah.
Right, this is
I
all...
can't really see tapes. I assumed like I don't know if I would have had. I mean, I just haven't ever bending touched by a torch. I just keep it back.
Anything having a drizzle or light snow fall. Oh shit, that's fucking nasty, isn't it?
Hmm?
Alright, well, I guess technically at some point you guys were fatigued, but like recovered it after a long rest, so easy. Precipitation causes discomfort and fatigue. Anything heavier than a drizzle or light snowfall reduce the time it takes for characters to become fatigued from overland travel to only 4 hours.
Jesus.
So like yeah, that day. Okay, so the days when it was raining, you guys got fatigued. I guess we should remember that for the future.
I had one day that we were traveling in fatigue.
Yeah, I know we slapped it. Okay, but yeah.
Then it was okay.
Alright, I guess as soon as like you can kind of smell smoke and it goes off the road, I'm like, do you think we should go on foot from here?
Do I get the sense of which direction, like based on the wind and stuff, where they're coming from?
Yeah. I mean, like the tracks turn off the road and kind of head across open field, or open plains. You'd still be able to sort of follow them, but it's like as you sort of got there, I'm like, they headed off here somewhere. Maybe they went to make camp, and then you catch like the whiff of like a campfire or something.
Sure.
You don't smell cooking, but you do smell like there's like the sort of slightly sour like log burning smell.
Gotcha. So I definitely came to say like, oh yeah, it's this way. We should probably be prepared for a fight at any moment and try to remain stealth as much as possible.
I'm gonna leave the horse here. I kind of like get off like tie it up basically.
And I think by the way, it's like the scouts warning that I do right where we get the bonus to initiative. Part of that says like it either provides the auditory or something else like visual trait. So since we won't be able to see it, it'll have to be auditory. So it's kind of some kind of like bird whistle thing that I can do. Yeah. Okay, I got it. So that will be like for me the sign like that I've either seen them and I'm about to start shooting, just so you guys are aware if we get close.
Okay. I kind of from here on out because I'm whipping the sword and both.
Right. This one's not for you, Bob.
Yep. Yeah. We'd like tie him to a nearby tree or so.
I contemplate the idea of stealthing and sync with Discorn, like Discorn.
Yeah.
But I attempted, I guess, as we go.
Dude, it's been so long since you can be in combat with readied weapons. It's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
I ready my spear and shield.
With the advantage for once is insane. As we, I guess, start trying to sneak towards the direction of what we believe to be there. Yeah.
The scent of smoke.
I'm sure they're the shitty guy on watch at this time. I'm sure there's only 3 of them. They can't keep watch.
Not well.
Not enough of them.
Here's my stealth. I don't know if we should have done that GR, by the way.
You want us to
probably GR.
Or just with initiative at the same time.
Good point.
Yeah, everyone just GR me stealth.
Okay.
Like as you guys sort of approaching up on the area. See if anyone like cocked it up catastrophic.
Oh, I heard Leon
First person.
I hear Leon making noise. Oh, I mean, I'm not doing too good either. I don't want to get spoiled too much.
Yeah.
It's not my best.
Is it fair to say that I'm probably ahead of you guys at least? Come on.
I would say it would be fair to say that.
Yeah.
As the stealthy one.
Yeah, I mean, it's your job. I'm too angry to be,
Right.
I think my plate armor is just better oiled than yours back.
That's it, yeah. If you want to oil me up one night, so, just say the word.
Okay.
It's a different kind of campaign, but sure.
That. The
Is it
elf
though? Is it?
That's a good point.
Okay, yeah. Actually, so you guys are sort of creeping on that way. Creeping in here. It's I think before you even see anything, you're going across this this light stretch of plains, like following the tracks, trying to. It's very dark by this point. It's kind of difficult. So you're moving quite slowly, trying to sort of find where they lead to. And you sort of find yourself coming up on like a small bluff or a small rise with like a little bit of a rocky slope on the side facing you, and you don't really know what on the other side, but the tracks seem to be like curving towards it and like around behind it. And like as you're sort of drawing closer, like the whole thing is basically sort of visible as this rise is like visible as like a shallow slope outlined against the slightly lighter sort of night sky from your perspective. And as you sort of are kind of coming closer a little bit, you start to hear the sound of voices. Not at this point like distinctly enough to make out what they're saying, but it sounds like there's a discussion going on. Bromok.
I mean, I definitely can. I guess I try to do perception to see if I can hear what they're discussing.
Yeah, you can. Well, I guess that'll become you can, but like I think from this distance, it's just like this is the point at which you could like just barely make them out.
Just barely
so
make
you
it.
really
There are
have to
voices.
Be,
Sure,
yeah,
sure,
you
sure.
are gonna have to be closer to like make them out.
Oh, yeah.
You got the sort of sense that like they're behind this kind of rise in the land. So you've got kind of two choices at this point. You can either keep following the tracks and kind of come around on the lowdown, or you could take a considered risk, try and climb the rocky slope without making any noise, but then potentially like have like a vantage point over wherever wherever they're camping. Which, like, given that you can smell a campfire, in your head you're imagining they've like chosen this location to not be visible from the path that you were traveling down.
That makes sense. That's what I would have done. So
yeah, precisely. They kind of camp in a similar way to the way you do.
yeah.
He's back.
So, I mean, with dark, I have climbing gear and fairly athletic, and yeah, I'll try to climb it.
It's not like climbing gear climb, is it? I sort of just like kind of.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the only difficult part really of the climb is doing it without like because it's loose. It's like loose, rocky. It's just where's another fantasy reference? It's Frodo and Sam outside. No, it's not quite as bad as Frodo and Sam outside the Black Gate, but it's that kind of like scree sort of slope. Like
Sure.
It's not quite that steep, but it's like there's still the same potential for like a little cascade of rocks if you're not careful.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you can with the sound of at least a couple of your party members at your back. Do you like sort of?
Well, so I think maybe I try to get them to go around so I can go up on top, right?
Okay.
That way, it's a better position for me to give the auditory, warning, better, sniper nest basically.
I'll have to try to sneak out the side, like.
Okay, just
right, yes.
at the rate at which best. Okay, so give me another stealth check, Bromok, to climb up this, and Giara as well.
Yep. I'll actually remember to
Climb
do
up
that this time.
Quickly. You guys said you got climbing gear, so you can have a +2 on it, just because like,
Okay.
it would help in like some respects, like
Right.
to have like a python here or there or whatever.
Okay.
Okay,
I'll
so
show you
it's
my
not terrible.
Python.
So yeah, you crest over the top and see. Actually, it's not even that far of a climb. You only end up climbing like 50 or 60 feet, and then there's like a shallow, grassier slope, heading away maybe 80 or 90 feet down to like the bottom of, and at the bottom of this kind of slope is where they're camping. But as you crest over the top, alarm bells immediately start going off in your head as you see. Well, I'll just show you what you see.
Hundreds of them.
Oh god.
I'll just,
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have, like,
no.
the map's too small for me to like show where you guys are and stuff. But you're like staring down and you see this.
Oh.
We all see
But,
black.
like, and despite the middle of the night stages, they actually
Wait,
all do seem to be like awake and alert, like around the campfire,
What?
having a conversation about something.
Okay.
At this point, you can start perceiving.
Oh god.
You can start trying to perceive what they're saying, but it does occur to you right now that your party is stealthing, and you can tell not necessarily particularly expertly towards like a kind of dangerous situation.
I see no mounts, right? So
You don't see any mounts, no.
okay. Oh,
Right, back,
jeez.
let's do this. Charge!
Yeah, I haven't given that. God. How hard is it for them to get to me?
For the dawn to get to you, or your party to get to you?
The Dawn.
It's like, I mean, it's like
What is
80
this
foot
fucker?
up a shallow incline. That's a lieutenant.
Oh, okay.
So, don't you guys call that a lieutenant?
I don't.
Yes, you're right, but it's spelled lieutenant.
Honestly, I'd say lieutenant. I don't know. I think I watch too much American media. But like,
Yeah, it's
I
exactly.
I would say lieutenant.
Wait, how do you say it?
I would say
Lieutenant.
lieutenant. I would.
Yeah, the English,
Lieutenant.
like the English military rank is lieutenant.
Yeah, but that.
Oh.
In my head, it doesn't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So yeah, I definitely. So sorry, how hard was it for them to get to me?
It's like not as hard as you would like. It's like 80.
Okay.
It's like 80 feet of running up like a shallow incline of plains.
Gotcha.
You know, it's
Yeah,
like-
yeah. So like one round for one of them if they're fast.
Oh,
Yeah.
real fast.
Whew. Jesus, that's not looking good. I want to zoom in on this one token, by the way. What does that look like?
We
Okay.
got
You
this.
see the binoculars glint
So it
from
looks
the
like a bit of a rusky.
Did I say my name is Leon? It's actually Leroy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Leroy. So I think instead, I'm betting because I roughly know where Leon, Beck, and Zoms were headed on the outside,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you can hear
I try to make my way down there, basically.
me. Okay. Do you
And
want
I
to
do like-
hustle? Like
Huh?
a little bit? Do you want to hustle a little bit? Like to, before they sort of like blindly wander into... 'cause
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
At this point, you
Yeah.
are kind of worried that they're like about to be, potentially heard or like...
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Give me another stealth check then for yourself, and we'll take a -2 on this one.
Okay.
Oh wow, yeah. So like suddenly Bromok just like looms, like you thought he's like on top of the
God.
sun. Suddenly like 5 feet away, Bromok like looms out of the darkness, like straightens up.
Yeah.
Stab. Yeah.
The monster.
And I'm just like, oh, it's a much larger party than we thought. There's a captain, lieutenant, multiple corporals, and 5 or 6 trainees.
Have we fought a captain before?
And they're, by the way,
No, you haven't.
they're all awake. So we don't have any surprise at all, really.
I look really like just.
Alright, I mean, we've found them.
So basically, at this point, from your guys' perspective, like you're at the point where you would, I don't know, like another sort of 15 or 20 feet would have taken you into like straight view of the campfire. Maybe from like 60, 70, 80 feet away. It's hard to judge from, you guys haven't seen it yet. It's like from where you are, you can kind of see the glow of it coming around the side of this like it's like a very shallow sort of shield-shaped hill. It's like if someone laid like a big, a big sort of round shield on the ground, this is the kind of like shape it's creating. And yeah, like the glow of the firelight is now just sort of like visible, highlighting one side of it. But you can't see directly at them, like
Yeah.
Bromok could from
So
above.
I actually suggested to them, you guys head back to the horses. I will, and he maybe just try to set up a rough camp outside. I'll try to stay here and see if I can figure out what their plans are, where they're going.
Alright. If you think there's an opportunity to ambush them in their sleep,
I don't think
or...
we can while they're all together, but I'm hoping that they'll split up.
That's too many.
Okay,
Bad.
be careful, friend.
Go back to horses.
Good luck.
As well.
Do I have... I'll give you my extra potion of healing. Just in case.
Just in case. Okay.
That'll make the difference in this fight.
You never know.
I guess you head back.
Okay, so you guys, trace back to the path. And Bromok, where do you want to go in this sort of headspace? You want to go back like up the hill, or Bromok?
Bromok.
Josh.
So I think with the current role that I have, I'm almost wanting to kind of stay here because I'm guessing it's close enough still that I may not be able to see their movements, but I can hear the conversations.
Yeah, you're kind of at the point where like if you sort of stop and really listen, you're going to be able to start picking out like points of dialogue.
So I try to keep that with just like the.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a fairly
you
good
like
spot.
find like a nice sort of place to hunker down and just like hold your ear up to the air and wait for a quiet moment where the wind isn't blowing and listen hard. Okay. Everyone else successfully back traces, and you can GR me a perception check. Yeah. Okay. You like obviously as you enter, it's kind of like the midpoint in a conversation. But yeah, you like move on up and start listening. And the first part that you can sort of catch is a female voice saying, and the highest ranking officer that you assume to be a captain seemed to be the only woman there. Yeah, like picks up in the middle of a sentence. Infestation seems to have been dealt with swiftly, and for that I commend everyone here. Sooner or later, there will be additional tasks of a similar nature in the area. The colonel has made that clear. But for now, get some rest and take a breather before more hard travel comes your way. And a voice like slightly more muffled, as if coming from like either inside a helmet or someone who's like not facing entirely towards you, that you don't like catch all of, but it seems to like go up at the end as like it's indicating a question.
When I was up on top, was there a person wearing a helmet?
No one seemed to be wearing a helmet.
Okay.
There were helmets
probably
around
someone...
though, so yeah, like possibly one of the like corporals like had his kind of back facing south towards you.
Yep.
Yeah, you just don't catch it so well. This time, like a male voice responds and says, perhaps, but we won't know for certain until the new orders come through properly. For now, I would say that it's best if, yes, I think A company will hold this particular position while we return to God's Hold and ascertain exactly how far the rot might have gone.
How far the what would have gone? The rot?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like a different voice, but like equally sort of like hard for you to make out the exact words. But like this one doesn't. It seems to be more of a statement than a question. And then the female voice comes back and says, "That's not for you to worry about. Let me concern myself with when the general may or may not be visiting. Either way, he won't. He isn't likely to concern himself with your particular endeavors, is he? Anyway, the hour is late. We have talked long into the night. We had best be on our way. Stay alert, gentlemen." And then, yeah, you hear the sound of like people standing up because like everyone was kind of either seated or sort of kneeling around this this campfire. Like you just hear the clanking of armor very clearly, like over the kind of like relatively soft sounds of conversation. And then, yeah, you're not looking, so you don't know exactly what's happening, but you hear, you hear a voice chant something in a language you don't recognize. But that might or might not be magic. Like you couldn't say for certain. You're not really familiar with it. Although your suspicions are like as kind of amplified when like just from out of view, there's like a red flash bright enough to like be brighter than the fire for like a second and a half, and then it like dies away, and again it's just kind of like the soft orange glow of the firelight. And peeking back over, I guess some because what's happened, you notice that Captain. And one of the corporals and two of the trainees are no longer present.
Teleportation circle, like some kind of spell of transportation.
Yeah, that's what your gut says.
Okay.
You heard them talking, and there was a red flash, and you look, and like they're just not there, and the others don't seem particularly freaked out about it.
Spontaneous combustion.
They're like kind of conversing amongst themselves. Now you hear like kind of standard, you hear the lieutenants, giving well. Let's make the most of what night's rest we have. We'll get half a night in anyway. You two will take the first watch. We'll take the second, and get some sleep, lads.
Okay. And as they start their flurry of activity, I'm assuming now in terms of like preparing.
Yeah, and like now you see them like they had like camping stuff around already, but yeah, you see like the lieutenant. And one of the trainees and one of the corporals. Actually, I'll just mark the ones that take off their armor and like start going to bed.
Perfect.
How am I going to mark which ones don't have armor?
Now we will be the ambusher.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it feels so weird.
I'll do my best to show it.
Okay, yeah.
No,
Cool.
This one.
So.
Oh god, I lost it. There it is. This one. And this guy.
He doesn't have his armor on. Fuck yeah.
And like these guys kind of go to sleep in the general vicinity of the fire, and like the two that have their armor on still like are keeping watch.
Yeah. So, just because I've heard his voice now a couple times, right? This guy, I do hunt prey him,
Okay, sure.
and then I'm going to under the cover, like as they are like this flurry of activity of taking armor off, getting prepared for fighting, etc. I'm gonna start sneaking my way back to the horses in the party.
Okay. Yeah.
We're just chilling. We're like, how long do we give him before?
Yeah. Well, I think the plan was right, like possibly through the night.
Yeah.
So.
The whole night.
He's dead. He's dead back. We gotta move on.
It's like
Time
it's
for a new party
It's
member.
not even that long later. I mean, obviously the
No.
conversation was short because like there's only so much I can improvise myself.
Right.
You're only there re-listening, so like they're planning and stuff for like 10 minutes or so, and then
Yeah, I probably returned way sooner than you expected,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, he comes back like only sort of 15-20 minutes after you guys have been back at the road yourselves.
Any
Said,
luck?
well, good news and bad news. Good news is that it's just down to 5 of them now. 2 corporals, a lieutenant, and 2 trainees.
It's great news.
The bad news is that the colonel who was there and some of the others magically transported themselves away. From what I could tell, they
The
seem to
captain,
be
by the
on.
way, sorry, not
Oh, sorry. Not a well, sorry.
Colonel's
Yeah,
a pretty
the,
high
the captain, the colonel was someone that they talked about. Like so, the colonel. Apparently, there's a colonel somewhere nearby, probably near God's Hold, who's been giving orders to clear out groups of goblins and other potential dissidents. The idea was they'd be splitting up. Now, some stayed. This group stayed here, while the rest returned to God's Hold. To see
you
how
guys are all
deep.
familiar enough with this world to know. Like the standard assignment is that a city has a capital city is assigned to a colonel, and a small city is assigned to a major.
But God's Hold's like
Yeah, God's Hold is the region, the provincial capital. Anything that's like a 1 hex of urbanization city is like a major will be from the administrative branch of the Dawn will be like the commanding officer in that settlement, and if it's one of the capital ones, there's a colonel who's in charge of that settlement, but broadly speaking, in charge of the entire province as well.
Yeah. So yeah, said so. The colonel's there giving these orders. The other bad idea is that I couldn't make out exactly who was asking this, but it sounds like a general will be visiting God's Hold at some point. The captain didn't necessarily specify when or how soon, but it does sound like that is in the cards.
Good to know.
And I don't think he'd be unaccompanied by, a rather large contingent. But
perhaps our
the best
plans
news again
are
is
that we
that
have to do something with that.
there are going to be
That might be
3.
useful
Yeah, but the best news of all is that there will be 3 of these Order of Dawn that we can go surprise who won't be wearing armor and will be sleeping.
It's good to be on the averaging side for once. Yeah, but even that information, even though it may not be good, it may be useful for the resistance if we can get it to them.
Incredibly useful. And it could, for all we know, it could be part of the reason we were being brought here.
True, you never know.
Great job.
What do you think we should? You
But
think
again, I'll try to head back up on top of that small hill
Should
above
we-
the group, and then I'll give you the signal.
should we give them some time to fall asleep, or do you think it's been long enough?
Yeah, you're right. Maybe 10-20 minutes would probably be best.
I nod. Yeah. Okay. I limber up, crack my knuckles a few times.
Is there a coup de grace in this system?
Nah.
There must be something, right?
No, I don't think so.
I'm
was
just
stuff
wondering
in the
if,
first
like, if
Pathfinder.
I had a way to basically make myself completely invisible and soundproof,
Yeah.
to go up, short sword, and slit a throat.
I don't think you can do it. From what I haven't seen anything. From all my reading, it's never happened. Oh, come on.
But what if I don't
Whatever.
trust your reading? Just kidding.
Yeah, you can do your own reading.
There doesn't seem to be any message to coup de grace. Maybe there's like in a helpless condition or something. Check in conditions. Maybe
I just
like,
Googled coup de grace Pathfinder 2 on Google. I'm sure they'll say if they're like.
yeah. See if like
I
anyone's
think
talking about
they'll
it.
say Pathfinder 2 subreddit. Let's see what they say.
There's nothing.
As we part the 10 minutes, we like talk like, yeah, you think there's a way to slow the guy approach? It's like, nah, you just wake up before it happens. It's somehow.
Okay, first result was, is coup de grace still a thing for Pathfinder? Yeah, read it.
Yeah.
Trying to load it, and apparently you guys all are.
Very good crash me. So no, but
Yeah.
also sort of. I mean, you get a -6 to AC when you're unconscious, and that's it. When you hit a dying, yeah, no, there's nothing about it. And it's just basically like you're so much more likely to crit when you know they're that low.
Yeah, immobilized doesn't say anything about.
Oh yeah, this is designers have mentioned it was a tension move, but it was okay for the PC, but felt really bad when the enemies did it basically. So they
Right.
to get rid of it.
It says here when you're unconscious you take a -4 status penalty, or it says maybe because you're also flat-footed and you have the blinded and flat-footed condition. Okay, that's minus.
I definitely got unconscious, yeah. I didn't know that when you're unconscious you had another -4 AC. I did not realize
Good to
that.
know.
We no,
Yeah.
we did that when we got ambushed by the plants or whatever.
Hmm.
Oh,
I don't remember this at all. Plants?
The one that ate you
Yeah,
there.
near. It was shortly after they'd met Constantin. They're making their way to like a nearby town. You just like camping out in some forest, like some man-eating plants attacked you in the night.
Okay.
Good times, good times.
Oh, yeah, if you're sleepy, you just should have a -4, yeah. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I guess. Perception. Alright. So I guess.
I mean, yeah, it definitely thematically works within the game because it, like, that would really suck to be like, you have actual assassins sent after you, and there's no way you're going to see them before they slit your throat.
I'll
So
as Brom is going up the hill again, I'll mention the back like the shield can give us lights that we sorely need in the night, but I figured out a secondary trait of it. If I channel its magic and it hits those that are aligned with fiends, they will get stunned. So I don't know. I remember you having a torch. That might be a better use.
I can see. Like, I mean, as we kind of get a little close, does it look like the fire is they're like the kind of people who sleep with the fire on? But they're like who
Yeah,
gets
they're
scared?
sleeping on the. They are sleeping in the fire.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
I guess we don't need it.
Hopefully the campfire should give enough light.
Let me just
Probably
set
not
up
very
with
cool, but-
dynamic lighting real quick, because obviously that's going to be. I mean, it's not going to be crazy important, but like there will be
But it
like,
sounds
patches of dim light and stuff. On this map.
Shield may be useful in this. We must try to end this as soon as we can.
Yeah, let's hope that Captain doesn't return.
oh, I won't do that. I wanted to copy image.
And it's so see within the rules, like rage, and it's not like you need to attack every single turn. So I could like preemptively rage and just like wait a second, but like that's just thematically stupid. I'm not gonna rage and like while I'm hiding behind a fucking hill.
Yeah, I don't know if you can start.
Right? It's so stupid. So, like, it doesn't have any sort of auditory trait, which seems insane.
But it's
I mean, I guess
you can't do it during exploration, right? So it has to be the first.
it actually joined. Oh, yeah, I get that makes sense.
By the way, Chris, I expect us to meet Dwayne the Rock Johnson at some point in the campaign.
I saw that.
Yep.
That was fantastic.
Man, I remember fighting a rock. Which campaign was that in?
It
It was like it was
when
like
we-
animal.
we
Okay.
fought 2 rocks when we had the angel dude with us from the Forsworn.
No. Very long ago, I'm thinking of. There was a time when I had a rock as an animal companion in Pathfinder 1.
Okay.
I really can't remember. I think it was. I don't think the characters lasted that long, or like the campaign.
That seems pretty strong.
Okay, okay. So so here's how we're gonna do this.
Okay.
Because I've got a small map and I'm not like
I know you do.
fucking microing over long distance. So what we're gonna say is everyone can pick which direction they specifically are like approaching from. And then we'll just do like stealth initiatives versus perception initiatives and run like that. So I'll give you guys tokens. You just position yourselves on one of the squares along the edge of the map,
It's
depending on
black.
where.
So black.
Oh, it's no longer black.
What? Whoa, this is really small, this map. Oh,
My campsite map here.
which side are we coming from?
We're up to you, because like you got plenty of time to like circle around and like at 100-foot distance and come in from like whichever way you want.
So, like, I thought Ron wanted to be on top of the hill.
I did. And
Yeah, that's
I
okay.
think the most I can be away from someone is 40 feet.
Yeah, that's cool.
Snap.
You can be
Like,
like,
a little bit.
you can be off there like 80 feet away. That's fine.
That's the direction of the hill. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
sure.
just so I know. And with the Tudor wake with the trainees.
So
the ones
that don't have
with
the
the,
shield icons.
Yeah,
Oh.
those ones with shield icons don't have their armor on. So it's a corporal
And so
on the
they're
side and a
sleeping,
trainee
yeah.
on the other.
Wait, the ones that don't have their armor on.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
the ones that have the
with
shield
lightning
icons are
thing the ones
sleeping.
missing. Yeah, they're the ones missing their armor.
Oh, the
They're-
ones with the armor support missing armor? No!
Yeah,
no
that's-
way, man.
That's so
The
good.
ones
No,
with the armor
because-
shield-
What?
Oh,
No,
what,
that
and
makes
just, like,
sense.
for the rest of the campaign, every single monster has to have the armor shield on. to
No,
show
but
that
for
it's
this
wearing its armor.
encounter. For this
It's got like
encounter.
it's got a little bit of lightning on it, you know,
Yeah,
showing that
I
the armor's
agree.
been like
Yeah,
hunted or
lightning
zapped
armor.
or whatever.
Yeah, they're
Alright,
currently
alright.
recharging. Okay, see, that's
People with armor don't have armor. Okay, whatever you say, it makes sense. You nutters.
The ones
It makes
with
sense to
little
me.
zapped shields have no armor.
yeah.
Their shields have been zapped.
That's shield.
Cool.
Alright. Wait, Leon, you have full HP. But
Yeah,
you
I do,
remember the... Alright, Leon goes over that side. Ooh, which side do I want?
Well, I'm not sure. I kind of want to like. I want to give Zoms like.
I kind of want to just fuck the lieutenant, man.
Some
I'm just
cover.
like standing here. I'm going here to fuck.
Yeah, so
like, fuck
Zom, should we just want to be
Honestly,
behind big boys, or do you want to?
We're all going for that right now. It's great.
screaming at that fucker. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be alone, I don't think.
we're just outside. Leon, get outside.
I do need to get quite close.
Yeah.
Definitely on.
Yeah, I mean,
Drain.
how close are we? Like, we're rolling stuff.
Oh yeah, this is where you guys. This is where you guys will roll stealth initiative, and this is where they'll roll perception initiative. Like,
Yeah,
this how, except for Bromok, who's like specifically off the map in that direction. You
Yeah.
guys are in. Like, this is where you guys are.
But you also,
Yeah. So does that mean can I roll perception initiative?
No, you also roll stealth
No?
initiative. It's
Okay.
Still like, it's still a
Yeah.
stealthy action.
So unfortunately, I can't give us the bonus but-
Oh, what? Why not?
No
'cause
stealth.
it's
It
only
kinda
perception and
makes sense
survival.
in the
Yeah.
in the context.
Oh, I thought it was stealth force.
No, it's
Yeah, that
perception
makes
survival.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
that makes way more sense. Alright, so
Okay.
stealth,
We
you
do
say?
the
huh?
easy ones first. Perception on this guy.
Wait, can I just that wasn't my initiative? When did I click? No, oh, that was ages ago. I just rolled that.
I will re-roll this.
Yeah, dude, I'm like, I want to
Oh.
roll initiative here. It's so hard when I have
Are
stealth.
you guys like GMing?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
did a
actually,
GM roll for some reason
actually,
because
yeah,
that's what I
I
do
did, yeah.
apparently.
19.
It's like it's popping up on the fucking turn order anyway. It's not like the biggest. secret in the
Exactly.
world. Okay, and then I need to do these guys carefully because I need to do it and then subtract 4.
Chris.
Oof, that's bad.
Man.
Classic.
I love it.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm going in front of the guy, barely going in front of the guy that Chris failed.
can they like? But even though they have a mind for perception, they're also blind, right? So like.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
automatically
if you're
wake up or
sleeping,
anything,
yeah.
like-
Oh, this
They
would just
have-
be their
they-
turn, and then
Yeah,
Fucking
precisely. And they
opposite.
attempt a perception check at the start of their turn and gets the noise DC of like the noises
I
thing
remember,
that went on, blah 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 blah. Happened in the last turn. Yeah.
Oh, I remember all
This
of it.
guy.
now. Oh no, that's good to think good fun, but he's asleep so nothing happens. Excellent. Like ruling last.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's like super fucking, you know.
Possible. He's blinded and asleep. He just like I sense it.
Just get a perception check with a -4 on his turn, but like, you know, it could if it makes one like that, he'll probably wake up.
It's DC 5
Yeah,
for
I
a
mean-
battle. Creatures that attempt to stay quiet around you uses their stealth DC.
And that guy, oof, this guy's
Self DC. Ooh. That's spicy.
Just stand
Wait,
for
oh
me.
yeah, they do. Wait, they do perception against your stealth DC. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. But then the surely
That's
the
a
vein.
They seek creatures.
But that's around you, like we're still really far away though.
Yeah. Right. How could he wait?
Oh,
Not
well.
that far away. You're like 20 feet from him.
Oh
so
yeah.
far. We are very close. Yeah.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's,
But I think that's
this
because
is the
it's like
success of
normal.
you guys' stealth. This is how close you managed to sneak in this time.
Ah,
Okay, so sorted descending. Get the old battle music a pumping. And yeah, so like you guys are creeping closer. Basically, you guys are just creeping as close as you can. It just this is the point where you get where this guy like hears something, looks over, and calls out, "We're under attack!"
You don't know that, friend. You don't know that, friend.
Pulls out his flail with his. I guess okay, you know, so point out. That's definitely an action to like shout and try and
yeah.
wake everyone up. Well, no, is that point out? He's not pointing out your specific location. All he's trying to do is make a noise.
But then to wake someone
Yeah.
up from sleeping, it said it took an action to like an
No,
interact.
you can interact action, but this isn't waking them up. This is making a noise that they will then roll their perception check against at the start of their turn to see whether or not they like wake up to it. So
Surely they'll wake
yeah, it's okay. No, it's got to be. We'll call it an action. We'll call it an action. Draws his flail and actually he draws his flail. How far can he throw a javelin?
30 feet.
30 feet.
No, draws his flail and moves to here.
Good.
Zombs.
Well,
This guy's moved in front of you. Flail
gonna get
raised.
met with a bomb to the face.
Is he now?
Yes,
Ooh.
yes, yes.
Oh, he is.
certainly is. It's not a crit, but he is. Yeah, you get him a bolt of lightning right in the face. And he's flat-footed. Oh, whoa, not
What?
Oh, these guys got him.
Recently promoted.
Then I will.
This guy was a trainee yesterday.
Ugh.
Yeah, he got it because of his name, you know,
Yeah.
like his dad's a
That one
corporal.
That one he like walks
Colonel.
aside with his flail and like makes like a trail of like sort of fire snake through the air. It's like the many sort of different whips hiss through it, and, like smash it to pieces. Nah, he smashed it like in this direction. It's pushed on fire.
Oh, I mean, he still takes a splash damage, so it must splash.
Doesn't
over
take
the
any splash damage. He hits it when it's in this
splash
square.
damage if you miss.
He doesn't. He hits it when it's in this square. So how could he take the splash damage?
You actually take splash damage when you miss
I
it.
know. He hits it this
He took the damage here.
I'm not saying Zorm's missed. I'm saying he hit the attack out of the way. It's like taking smash damage
Yeah.
with a baseball. You know. How would that happen?
If the baseball was full of fire, sure.
Don't worry too much about it. I adjusted his HP. Don't worry
I
too
know.
Okay.
This one. Wow, makes sense how these guys go so early, huh?
That's
Also,
crazy.
man, these fucking idiots on watch without like having no weapons out. That's why you're not high ranked. Draws his short sword. Rushes up to you, Leon.
Oh.
With it's well within his speed and has a slash at you. Which I believe hits,
hits.
unless you got some crazy AC.
It meets AC. So how now will shield block it? Now will I?
No, you can't use your action if you have an
Oh
action.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah,
takes the
it's a
choice
little,
away from me. I love
It's
it.
all a little too sudden. It feels weird you don't get a reaction, but like it's just like there's a sudden moment where they realize and he rushes up and you're like, you weren't quite ready for them to notice you yet.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah, so he slashes you. Bromok.
Why do I have the armor symbol? But you said that I always wear armor this. I mean, I appreciate it if I get to always wear armor, no matter what. I can say that.
Back inexplicably armorless this combat.
Alrighty.
No.
So,
Tough choice.
is there penalties for shooting at a prone target?
All these Pathfinder 2 questions.
How do we always have questions?
Conditions
Prone
prone.
Yeah, let me.
Prone +4 circumstance bonus to AC against ranged attacks, but you remain flat-footed.
So, but again, he's technically never acted, so he's still technically unconscious. -4 plus -2.
Yeah, so these guys are unconscious and flat-footed for a total of -6, but then,
But then you get.
No,
also
wait.
+4. So the
But that's
total
only
is
if you take the
-2.
takeover action, Chris. You
Okay.
can take
Sorry?
cover while prone to hunker down and gain cover against ranged attacks, but you have to use a cover
Oh,
action.
I'm
So
gonna
he
go
does
over
that.
this properly.
So he doesn't.
Conditions. Hang on. Let me go back to prone real quick.
He doesn't have the plus.
Doesn't have the +1? Cool.
The plus
Or
4.
the +4, rather.
So now he's just straight up
Wait,
at
so
the -6.
taking cover while prone is like a whole... Wow, that's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
You take
Yeah.
it.
So
Okay.
it's -6, +6 on my attack roll, basically. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you
I'm
shoot
gonna
lieutenant?
shoot 4 times at this lieutenant,
And no armor.
He is... How far away from here is you? It's like whatever your measured
like 80
distance
feet.
plus... Yeah, plus so another 40. So exactly 80. So
Yeah.
that's like in the second range increment, or how does that work for you? Ranging...
No, I have
100
a
in the
composite
first
longbow,
range
so it's
increment.
100 feet,
Yeah.
so it's
Oh,
nothing.
okay, cool. Okay, cool.
And even if it wasn't, I have the
Yeah, you
100
have-
phrasing,
yeah,
so
100. Okay, nice. Yeah, armorless. Prone.
Nah!
I guess
But
and
even
I'm
-6 and armorless, surely it is. -6 and armorless, surely. You know
Right.
he doesn't have good reach.
It's the first shot. He's still measuring the distance and the angle.
I doubt it. Yeah, it's true. +6, no armor, probably does hit.
Probably doesn't actually. Like people, everyone's you put like an expert in unarmored fucking shit, and then like
Your level.
Sadly, it does not hit.
Uh,
he just has okay dex, I guess. He looks pretty dexy when he lies armor. Looks like.
yeah. I'm debating.
Just rolls over it right.
I'm gonna spend a hero point. Actually, I really want to hit him multiple times.
Okay.
Is that your last hit?
I mean, we have a lot of them.
Well, it might be a crit this time. It's
damage.
32. It's probably a crit.
Hey, don't take some new damage.
So it's 16 damage though
yeah.
because first roll.
It is in fact.
16.
Okay. So 16 from the first roll.
16.
Did that not do crit specialization because it's your 100 trait? Or was that a later thing? I forget.
That's later on. It's like
That'd be
crit
pretty sick.
specialization doesn't happen for ranger till like level 5 or 6.
You just pin him
Kind
to
of
the ground
annoying.
as he's prone.
So okay, second.
Conscious of it.
Yes, but
So
he doesn't
now
have a
does
chance.
that-
But
I
so
mean,
now
he
he's just
can-
flat-footed.
He's still he's still considered flat-footed, but he's no longer. He's basically armorless and
rolls, yeah.
Okay.
otherwise no AC adjustments.
Ooh, but
Ooh. Well, it's not a crit, but it does hit him again.
is
Okay,
it-
Think-
5. No.
What's crit damage now?
Ooh,
No.
big no.
Ow, it was just peppering around. I bet they're like, we fucked.
Okay. No perception check required to wake up.
You sure?
Yeah.
It was DC5
He-
anyway,
he
like
does-
this.
2 arrows hit him. I think he's okay.
He's pretty quick on the uptake. He stands up. Let's see. What's he gonna? Yeah, no, he'd have to search, like find you, and he does targets available. Grabs up his trusty glaive, which obviously he sleeps not too far from,
Oh yeah, I know the feel.
and
Stand
move
up, glaive,
to-
and move.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beck.
I let out a cry of anger now that they'll awake anyway. Ah, make me big fist. Bottom left, obviously, only way I can really go.
You're gonna Harvey Two-Face it over here, you know. Like.
Oh, goofy. Maybe.
Harvey
No, that's fine,
Two-Face.
that's fine. I
I've heard him
as Lieutenant Lake,
referred to as Harvey Dent and as Two-Face, but never as Harvey
Yeah.
Two-Face.
he has a cover, but he's
Not
not.
Harvey Two-Face. I feel like
Where
in
is-
like
Yeah,
he's
Harvey Dent is.
Two-Face, the original like Jim Carrey's Riddler movie, whichever one that
Oh
was.
man, I've
The
never
guy's
seen that.
5-footed like this. The corporal's a 5-footed one, right? From
Yeah, my bomb.
yeah. Okay.
In the
Because I
Batman,
will-
he's listed as Harvey Two-Face, like in as like a sort of middle
Yeah.
nickname thing.
Okay.
Harvey like
Right.
Two.
Because I will attack this corporal.
Okay.
Smash him.
I will attempt to. And I have 3 hero points. I gotta use all the. Oh, it's GR.
Well, that's allowed, I suppose, on this occasion. It's a hit, not a crit, so you take. Oh my god, they're real low.
He's shitting me.
Why am I not seeing any of these rolls, by the way?
He
I
GR'd about-
GR'd it by mistake.
Fucker.
There's a 25 for 25 damage.
Man, I'm gonna think that Zombs is gonna do a cool little splash at some point. So I'm gonna use my second attack on this dude, just the trainee.
Yep.
But he's got armor, yeah.
Yeah, he does have armor. Still a lot less AC than the lieutenant.
Oh god. You know what? I really want to like hit some shit. I have 3 hero points. I'm not gonna reroll that.
Yeah.
So many. Yeah.
Oh, no, it was one off a hit, and now it's one off a crit. What a shame. Kills him anyway.
like 27 damage. Or... Let's get big and I'm like.
Not technically instantly obliterated. Like he
Yeah.
exists still, unfortunately.
That's my turn.
Okay, Leon.
I want to get use of this while there's still people alive. Is there a way? So it's a 60 feet, 90 degree cone. If I step here, for example, can I get everyone like this?
I think you can get everyone from there, right? Surely, like if you just. Aim
Can I?
It's a 90-degree cone, man. That's a big degree cone.
Yes, yeah, you can easily hit all of them with it.
That goes. I will use 2 actions first to like make it light up and then
Yeah.
to flare it immediately.
One to light it up, and then yeah, one to.
Send it off.
As a EMP, a holy
blast.
EMP.
So.
That's against my fortitude save, they may have to make a saving throw.
I think I flashbanged in your sleep, man. That's
Dude, this guy's asleep. Damn, you know it.
No, not a bit. It definitely wakes them up. Like,
It's audible, yeah.
So it's DC
No, but
20.
like, it's like bright enough. It's like someone turned the lights on real bright in your room, you know?
Sure.
Okay, so they have to make what, fort saves? Is that how I
Yeah.
wrote this shit?
Mm.
I imagine so. Okay,
Yeah,
corporal and lieutenant first. You should have got both the corporals, that makes sense. Because I can just push this button. Fort save. Okay, so the one right up close failed. I assume.
Yeah, so he stunned one.
He's stunned one. Okay, I'll give him the old stunned one. And this one, is that a crit success?
No.
Or just okay, so he's just immune. Oh, he's not immune, rather. He succeeds on this one. And then the lieutenant.
That's a crit success.
Oh,
And the trainee, who's still alive,
but asleep still, right?
but asleep still. Yeah. Well, not after this.
That's fair.
What's that?
Stunned, he should be even more asleep.
So
I
stunned
failed.
one as
Okay,
well.
so stunned one. Yeah. Oop, not two. One. But yeah, both of them wake up. There's like a bright light. They basically, I looked at their perceptions and whatever like perception DC I could reasonably get. I'm not gonna fail it, even -4. So.
Yeah.
With my last action, I will try and throw my spear at the lieutenant.
Okay.
Yoink.
Yoink. That's what you say when you first
Yoink.
yoink.
Yoink. I'll
Apparently.
reroll that.
Gotta make use of all these skills.
Yeah.
Ooh. No
That
armor.
is- Without his armor on, you strike him in the chest.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
Okay, this one, who has been awakened by all the clamor, stands up, grabs his flail, and moves to. Yeah, he runs towards you, Beck, inadvertently. You know, I'll just make sure that these guys don't have 10-foot reach their flail. I'm certain they don't.
Yeah, I'll choose to take.
Oh wait, shit!
Actually, no, I don't think I can. Right, if he technically goes like that.
No, that's
Well,
the
I
time. Oh yeah, shit! No, you don't. You're right. Wow, smart man.
I'm saving it.
Okay, this one wakes up stunned one.
This guy.
With no armor on. Big sad. Okay, stands up
Big sad.
and grabs a javelin. That's all he gets to do. No, I'm gonna stun one. Okay. This one is no longer flat. Wait, no, flat-footed until the start of Zombs is next time. So you're still
Leave.
flat.
And
Ooh, the end your next turn. Wow.
Wait, with
Exactly.
lightning? No, it's start.
start.
That's good.
Otherwise, it would be really good for.
Yeah, start.
Flies flail to the back.
We're really good at it.
No back. This no back.
When he hit you?
No. Meets me.
Okay,
Straight
okay,
up.
doing.
Alright, 10 damage.
No, I use my reaction.
Oh, guy. So 4 damage. I look at you, give a grunt of appreciation. When you get,
And
this,
I'll-
you get a sneaky little attack on this dude.
18?
Against his flat-footed ass, that does indeed. And like, yeah, you spear him right to your chest, and he like collapses to the ground, and then your spear like, gets back in your hand.
You nod.
Damn it, says the
I've
lieutenant.
decided that the reaction is more magical in nature than me shielding physically. So maybe you see some holy
You decide
nature
that.
force.
Possible to shoot. Now it's like magic shit happens. I'm like, wait, what? It's new.
As it doesn't, it's within 15 feet. It's no way that's a physical.
I mean, I actually just fear was sort of like getting in the way of the thrust or some shit. Like, and that's why you can also attack with it, right?
He doesn't-
No, but like you
he can't
can.
always
Yeah.
attack
You like
back.
throw it and it like knocks her attack off balance. You know, they go for
In this case, for sure, because I kill him with it. But I'll have a think on it.
Alright, zombie boy.
I'm not a zombie. Come on.
Zombie.
I will throw a bomb at the lieutenant.
That's definitely Zom's theme song, by the way. Zombie mission.
You've already heard the song.
Oh yeah, God, no mind.
27!
At
Nice.
the lieutenant. Yeah, that's a strong hit on the old lieutenant.
And the splash is hitting the corporal as well, just saying.
Makes sense. Okay,
And the
so
dead body. Gives
this
that one
guy,
death fail.
4 on this guy, and the lieutenant is now flat-footed, in addition to many other things.
Good, because he's getting another bomb.
Guy's collecting fucking things like Brom collect insignias.
Surely that hits. Surely.
That does indeed hit.
Yeah, let's go, Zoms.
Very solid.
Nice 15
Flash hits the
fire.
corporal as well. Yeah.
And is a nice little bit of burning. And it's on the corporal too for another 4. I like it.
He's got to catch him.
And then I'm gonna throw the third bomb, the third different bomb. Come on, let's hit them all.
That was a bit of a
Let's
mistake.
reroll this one. Let's
Oh my
re-roll
god.
this one.
What did he hold, dude?
Hey! Maybe?
No.
Don't.
Who are you throwing this at, by the way?
Don't.
Okay, wait, was that? Hang on. That's the plus 15. Is that a proper? That's not a third attack roll you've rolled
It's
there,
not
right?
a third attack, but it's just an actual
No,
normal
no,
attack.
take
Normal
the
attack.
one button there, yeah.
No,
Okay.
and more than that, yeah.
Okay, continues to miss the lieutenant.
With the full splash? Yeah.
But the yeah, again, it's true. And that happens AoE to
That's
everyone.
poison splash. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
You always release for them.
It's like lightning, fire, and poison. Look at that.
This is what the light in the building I saw was. This matches it perfectly. But then an alchemist up there.
Okay, this one is dead, obviously, so it's your turn, Bromok.
All right, 4 shots at lieutenant.
Yeah, he's well within range still.
Just getting fucking peppered from all sides.
So 26 flat-footed plus the 2 plus the I don't know what any.
Wait, can we talk about blight
Nothing else
bombs?
help?
Why not?
No, it's still
Even the stunned or flat-footed, nothing.
sadly.
Fuck.
He hit him.
All right. Yep. 25. Nope.
Nope, but you get a +1 on next.
Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, that's 2 next.
Nope.
But you know,
Sad.
he's intimidated slightly, but not actually by the arrows hitting through the arrow around him.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
You could more like that.
With how many arrows are coming, they probably think there are multiple people shooting arrows back
Yeah,
here.
it's true. It's
It's not like, man, they're not that good, so it's okay.
On his turn, oh, he never used. I guess he couldn't perceive one foe when he rolled initiative, so he couldn't do his. What a shame. He is gonna. He has this the lieutenant's cry. When he rolls initiative using perception, he can make a free demoralize. Obviously, doesn't apply here. Like, how would he have?
Yeah. Battle cry in their sleep.
He's just gonna take his glaive and shove it up Beck's ass as easily.
I have my
Shove it up Beck's ass via the mouth.
Jesus.
All the way through.
That's an angle
There we
right
go.
there.
First wave.
I mean, you're right about that, I guess. You're right about that. Alright, so
That's a crit, right?
That's pretty nasty with that shit.
Oh, it's actually an extra D8 as well, so 26 plus a D8, I guess.
26 plus plus a D8. Why?
Deadly
Oh
one.
yeah, very deadly. No, you're right. Well spotted.
Yeah.
And also, in addition to that, so 29, he has the polearm critical specialization, and he forces you 5 feet backwards.
You piece of. Alright, out of your range, bitch.
Wait, Are you sure he
think
wants to
that's
do that when he wants to probably keep attacking him and shoving that up his ass?
He wants to go for Leon with the next one.
No, I'm sure. Alright, so 29, right? I took total, so.
Yeah, 29 total you took.
Damn.
Glaive at Leon. Ooh. That's not a crit on you,
doesn't
right?
crit,
You-
no.
you big AC.
D12.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's only 12.
Yep.
And then, yeah, again, I guess Leon.
Oh, that's a great one.
Fucking around.
Jesus Christ.
So that's 34?
Okay.
He put you for 34 and another D8, like.
How much
Jesus
HP
Christ, this guy.
Ooh, I'm down.
you down?
At 39 left.
Oh
So.
my,
Holy fuck!
oh my god.
Rams you on and bowls you like over, like you're like technically. I know it's put you like here, so we can still like see the edge of your turn and know where you are. But you're like off the map that way. Like smacks you fucking. Man, this guy was. You disturbed his rest, guys. You fucking.
Yeah, we should have done that.
Be mad.
You be big mad.
Okay, so Leon changes his initiative to 22.
Correct. Yes.
Or, yeah. 20 between Bromlock and Leon and Dawn, maybe? I don't know.
22.
Leon,
Yeah, 20. I don't know how you even do that.
Him at like
yeah,
20.
I'll put. I'll just put Bromok. Fucking 22. I can't be asked to fucking think too much.
Right. It's fair.
Correct.
Oh, and I'm undying too now.
He like knocked you over here just in case anyone's like got thinking about like adjacent squares for.
Yeah.
That's it for like getting you up or whatever. Anyway, he's like taking huge fucking swings with his glaive.
Jesus.
Alright, I have an out there question for you, Chris. Can I tie a health potion to an arrow and shoot Leon with it?
It does your
I swear that if there was a nat 20, I'll let it work, but otherwise you're doing that. You want to take that chance? Oh, if it succeeds, I'll give you 5 hero points next.
Yeah! More than I can have!
Okay, I was gonna.
But
Okay.
if you fail, yeah, you accidentally hit him and he takes
Persistent fire, Chris. It takes 2 persistent fire.
Ryan has to make the flat check.
I take a 5% forward.
Oh, not quite.
Yeah, so I take a 5%, and then man, power test 2 actions. Oh, fuck.
And then also Discord lagging a bit.
Ooh, it's
Okay, for me.
Hmm.
We're a little bit lagging, yeah.
Dude, that looks like.
I,
What did he roll natural? Like 15, 19, 20. Man.
pretty good. I won't power attack because I want 2 attempts maybe. So I just
Sure.
swing normally. Oh,
There's the,
that foot, Chris.
there's the crit back.
You crit, my friend. I crit.
Okay, yeah.
Indeed.
Fucking, it's like step forward,
Beheaded.
straight down.
I let out a shout of rage and I, turn my second attack on this guy because.
Against this armorless chump, that is indeed a hit, but not a crit.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Oh!
Oh my god, that puts me.
Ooh, baby.
That's my turn.
Go for a third.
Was so low.
I stepped.
Oh, you have to step, that's right.
He gets his vengeance on you.
Does he?
Does he though?
Here he comes.
He crits, I swear to god. Okay,
Here
7,
comes
yeah.
a general.
Oh!
Vengeance!
I mean, damn it.
Minus 14. I'm scared to choke now.
Jesus.
If you could, this third one, because I swear to god, you're hacking. I swear to fucking
Well,
god.
does he?
We suck at damage this guy somehow.
Yeah.
Why am I making these third attacks? You should really be intimidating with that. That would have been much smarter. But whatever. Too late now. He's made it.
So he does the 14 damage. Is there any additional stuff on a flail?
He doesn't have a.
Chris, but-
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
it was I know how to-
Well, I didn't know if it was like a deadly weapon or something else.
Not that anyway.
Yeah.
The flail is. No, I didn't apparently have like any properties at all according to this.
Disarm, sweep, and trip, it says.
Oh wow, they just didn't list that shit here, bastards.
Easy bastard.
Well, I would say like sweep is something. Disarm and trip though just mean you can do it with the weapon in your hand and like change the nature of the action at all.
Yeah.
So kind of like,
Sweep wouldn't affect anything here, it's like more attacking multiple enemies.
yeah, exactly. This one. It's like, oh wait, guys. I said you picked up a javelin, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
Okay, javelin at Beck.
Oh, I missed.
And he picks up another javelin from the ground, 'cause apparently he's got 3 of them. Why wouldn't he sleep with them nearby? And ha! No.
You got me.
He's doing his best.
Not everyone can crit.
He looks a bit concerned though. He's just, in the
I
caught up. Guy's dead.
I
He's
don't
on.
look too happy. I don't look too fucking happy about it.
Yeah. Okay.
They finish off the corporal.
I want to see the big deeps.
You got 10.
Fair.
Fine. That makes sense. Getting something from like your belt pouch, is that an action or is that can it just be?
Depends, is it a belt to Lear or a normal belt?
Now I'm getting the
This could not be lagging.
really bad.
Yeah, it's really lagging, yeah. Lighting at the corporal. No matter what happens. Right.
It doesn't matter. It just the splash anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Flash. And then I will take my elixirs of life and pour them down the throat. Get him back up.
Okay. Well. Chris, see that?
Yes, I've got text on that. Well,
Should we try to restart the call maybe, real quick?
We could change servers.
I was checking that while I was plugging.
Isn't
It's not the same.
change
So-
servers?
Can we change the server?
That's not...
Yep.
Okay.
Back down to bed.
I don't think you can change the.
It's on
That's way
now.
better.
Probably gonna skip you, Josh, but it was we've gone from USBT or it worked.
I can hear you.
Alright.
Right, that looks better. Tom's black screen for me, but I don't like black.
Same.
Okay, so yeah, Hound, bottle lightning at the corporal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Can we hear him?
finish this
Tom,
up.
you there?
I might have to restart Discord again. He's been having this issue.
Uh,
Alright, well I'll give him the kill, you know.
He said he was feeding Leon a potion as well, but I don't know what kind it was.
well, he didn't have one.
No,
one
but
of
he's like an
ours, right,
alchemist, so like, you know,
Yeah.
should make some shit, I think, for like the well.
Oh, there he is. Maybe.
Thomas?
Tomas.
Hello,
Can you hear us?
I'm here.
Yeah,
Hey.
yeah, okay, it's all good.
Okay, it's not fine. There you go. Yeah.
What potion
You-
were you giving
yeah.
Leon?
Minor elixir of life, which is 1d6.
Should I roll or you roll?
If you want to roll, you can roll.
Ooh.
That's...
So I don't get blamed when I roll 1.
Mhm.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh,
Nice.
Value.
And that is my turn.
Cool.
For the action. Come on.
Alright.
We can kill this guy, right?
For sure.
Yep, yep.
Armorless trainee, it's like...
Yeah, let's hope so. If not, we got trouble.
I will move my hunt prey to him, and then take 3 shots.
I like it.
Okay. That's hit. He's definitely dead.
That's a crit.
Okay.
Oh, I guess training. Okay, yeah.
Wow,
They
a
really suck,
9.
man.
A 9 on my crit. Are you kidding me?
Beautiful.
So yeah,
So-
4 plus 9 plus 5. Yeah, he's only...
Hey, man.
He's dead, he's dead.
By rules, it should have been at 6.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, be glad. Be glad, man.
He's dead.
I know it was a D8 from D10 deadly. So
Yeah.
Oh,
I quickly like, look over at Leon, see if he's conscious.
I'm looking down at my chest. I'm assuming it's like a giant gash or whatever. I don't know. What was it? A
Leon-
helmet?
Yeah.
yeah. That was.
Show us the, show us
That's a
the
rough.
intro.
No, he just got brought back.
I got potions.
How? Who?
Just happened. That just.
Tom did.
That you-
That's
Zoms.
kind of him. You did that saving throw anyway. It was a bad potion.
Oh god. Poison.
No, you're good. Okay, we can just add anything to that.
Nice.
good.
I kinda
All good.
I kinda like,
Healed up.
get to go small again. I'm like, that was more dangerous than I thought it would be.
Man, these guys are tough. Holy shit.
Indeed, even with.
I'm glad we got him without the armor on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, that lieutenant was not fucking around.
No.
Hey, you guys
Very,
alright?
very, very angry. Very angry. I mean, understandable.
I'll be better with a good night's rest.
Okay. I can give you another one of these if you want.
They taste delicious. Keep them going. Sweet, sweet nectar of life.
Chug.
D6.
I searched the lieutenant, Chris.
Should we just end it here and do like the
Yeah.
looting and stuff next time?
Yes,
We get but like but then we're gonna be like, what HP are we at and stuff. We all get along rested well, right? So hunky dory.
What do you mean
Yeah.
HP
Oh,
is better?
we're gonna roll like the resting and all that shit. So we'll see. But like for
Yeah,
now, we'll just end it here.